You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
Educationally based events a priority. We expect our fans to cooperate in displaying good sportsmanship.
Halloween is behind us, but the ghosts are still lingering around. For the first time in 53 years, the KauKauna Galloping Ghosts and the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers square off, and this time for a chance to get to the state quarterfinals. Alongside Coach Tim Laddern, I'm Corey Sparks here with you from a chilly Bank of KauKauna Stadium for a Level 2 showdown. Coach, the stage is set, and it's not a warm one.
And we're outside.
Yeah, we are outside.
Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But two really good programs that are playing top-tier football right now. Beaver Dam went into that 4-5 matchup with kind of a chip on their shoulder going, what are we doing here? We went 8-1, won our conference. Strength of schedule can be the main argument with that one. That is behind them. Now we're going up against a 1 seed in these KauKauna Galloping Ghosts, and they're going to need to bring their Sunday best.
Yeah, and this is what you expect. You're at level 2. You're going to play the best teams in the state now. And there's, and what you got tonight, you mentioned cold weather, but a beautiful stadium. And it just feels like a big WIA playoff game tonight. And that really didn't have that feel last week. Menasha didn't have a big crowd. Big crowd, both sides tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting tonight.
Head coach Brock Lindy was telling me earlier this week, he's like, that kind of felt like a home game, even though Beaver Dam technically never got one. They travel very well. That's not an exception here, but this KauKauna crowd really showed up as well. Battle-tested. That's a term I want to use a lot with KauKauna. They've been in a tough conference all year long. Even their non-conference play, they lost narrowly to a tough Notre Dame team earlier this year.
Yeah, the Fox Valley Association is arguably the best football conference in the state of Wisconsin. You're playing Kimberly every year in powerhouses like that. You're going to find great competition. You mentioned a loss early first week of the year at Green Bay Notre Dame, who's the number 1 ranked team in Division III, and then a loss to Kimberly. They end up in that tie in the Fox Valley between them and Kimberly and Neenah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to talk about what's a good loss, I would say they have 2 of those for sure. Coming in at 8-2, Beaver Dam 9-1. A huge thank you to our high school football and our high school fall sponsors on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. That is Columbus Family Dental, Hometown Glass and Improvement, the Beaver Dam Unified School District, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Klodowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch of Beaver Dam, the Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Napleton 151, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Gruber Law Offices, Beaver Dam and Mayville Tire and Service, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for Your Home, Moraine Park Technical College, Spartan Flooring, Gardner Manufacturing, Beaver Dam Food Pride, National Exchange Bank, and Monarch Lakeview Condos. We're going to step aside for a 1-minute break, and then you will hear from the man that I am technically stepping in for today in Wade Bates. He stepped aside with head coach Brock Lindy, talking about what could be a historic win today, a historic playoff appearance regardless. Beaver Dam and KauKauna here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. AirCare's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. AirCare, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
Hey Beaver Dam, let's give a huge shout out to our local student athletes and the amazing Beaver Dam football team. Celebrate every score with delicious food from Beaver Dam Food Pride. Grandpa's Sausage Kitchen has a new game day favorite, the Golden Beaver flavored brat. And don't miss tomorrow's holiday open house from 10 to 2. Get your picture with Santa, register to win amazing prizes, and enjoy samples of holiday favorites. Cheer on our student athletes and feast like champions with Beaver Dam Food Pride. Go Beavers!
You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
Beaver Dam football team getting ready for KauKauna in the Division II Level 2 playoffs on Friday night. Let's bring in head coach Brock Lindy before we talk about the Galloping Ghosts. Coach, just what an effort by your team last week. One more time to revisit that victory at Menasha. Your team showed toughness. They showed, they were poised and didn't make many mistakes. So looking at the film, did you see a lot you were happy about?
Yeah, it was one of the cleaner games that we've played. I think I've mentioned before, we have 12 goals that we strive for every week. Our goal is 6. We were able to accomplish 9 of our 12 goals. So a really balanced effort, offense, defense, special teams. Just give our kids a ton of credit for hanging in there, playing physical, just kind of being on the attack for the majority of the game. And then weathering a couple moments of adversity where, we could have folded, but we hung together and were able to come out on top.
Coach, can you just talk more about the physicality of your team? I mean, there were some big hits on special teams, on defense, and as we were walking out, a couple of the parents and some of the players were talking about Beaver Dam being one of the hardest hitting teams that they've seen this year. Can you just talk about the pride you have in building the toughness in this football program?
Yeah, it's 100% an attitude, and obviously we're stronger and we're faster than we've been, but playing physical football is just all about the desire, and our kids have it. And I think even when we don't have as talented of a team, we still have to have our calling card somewhere, and that needs to be in our effort and our attitude. And so, when you put together a talented roster with some size and some speed, and then you also have the strength to go along with a positive mindset, then you go 9-1 and are able to make a little run here in the playoffs. So, proud that our program has an identity, and just really looking forward to getting on the road again and playing against a team that is going to match our physicality.
Coach, it's amazing. Looking back, Steve Kinsey has records going back to the 1800s. We were kind of going back to seeing, where Beaver Dam and teams out of was now the Fox Valley Association have met, and it's been since the early 70s. I think you had some matchups with KauKauna a couple times in the early 70s, Appleton East and Oshkosh North. But that's been a long time since since a Beaver Dam squad's gone that way for obviously an out of conference football game.
Yeah, we played De Pere in playoffs a few years ago. We were the 8 seed. They were a 1. Really, really dominant team. And then played Menasha non-conference a couple of years ago. We don't get up north a ton. We're just kind of in a unique spot geographically where I think the WIA can kind of pick and choose where we fit every year in playoff qualification. So. We got to be ready to play the Madison area, the Green Bay area, and go east and southeast too. But there's good football, all over the state, and good players and good coaches. And like I said, we just kind of have this mentality right now of it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're just going and getting a fight and try to come out on top.
Well, looking at the Galloping Ghosts, they come in, they shared the Fox Valley Association championship with Kimberly and Nina. Coach, a little more balanced than maybe Menasha's. I know they have their wide receiver was the offensive player of the year, a co-offensive player of the year, got a pretty good running game. Let's talk about the Ghost offense. What have you seen on that squad on film?
Yeah, KauKauna plays a really tough schedule. They're battle tested each and every week. They're big up front, big and physical. Kind of a dual threat quarterback, good perimeter players, patient running back. So nothing different schematically than we've seen before. So that gives us a little comfort knowing that we're not getting ready for, a Rice Lake or a Badger, someone who's running an offense that you don't see very often. But these guys run what they run very well, and they're well coached, and they're disciplined, and they're tough. So,
how about the other side of the football, Barack? What do the Ghost defense bring at you?
Yeah, kind of a lot like our defense. Fast and physical safeties that run alleys and get after you. Really good linebacker play. Size in the box that makes it tough on you. There's a reason why they're a conference champ. There's a reason why they've beaten really good teams this year, and have played really, really good teams competitively, even if they've lost a few. So, they're going to cause some challenges for us, but it's a matter of figuring out how they want to defend us, and then deciding what in our menu we want to get to.
Coach, you had a big crowd make the trip to Menasha. Obviously, they made a lot of noise. You need another big crowd coming up to KauKauna on Friday night.
Yeah, I hope that we continue to travel. I think, at least from my perspective, I think we had more fans at Menasha than Menasha had, which was great that we got the city out to travel. Hopefully they come back out again this Friday. That support from the community is really felt by our players and our coaching staff. When good things happen, it's nice to be able to look in the stands and have our kids rally the fans and get behind them. And so I felt like even though we didn't get that home game that we had hoped for in level one, it kind of had that home field advantage atmosphere from the crowd perspective. So hope the community kind of comes out again, and we're going to need it. Big game against really quality opponent.
Coach, you mentioned KauKauna is a quality opponent. Beaver Dam is a quality opponent too. You have great athletes and great football players on both sides of the football. What has to happen for you guys to advance to the state quarterfinals on Friday night?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to hit some explosive plays. It's going to be hard to go 3 yards at a pop on these guys. So we're going to have to scheme up some things to get them into some coverage opportunities to take some shots over the top. That softens up the box a little bit then. So I think we got to be explosive and continue to feature the variety of weapons that we have on offense. Continue to be really good on special teams. That's been a tremendous asset for our program. And then defensively, we've kind of just tried to stay away from giving up the big one. And that was a little disappointing against Menasha that their scores were set up by big pass plays over the top when we've really stayed away from that for the majority of the year. But if we can make teams earn their drives, it's hard to sustain long drives all the time. Playing mistake-free football on offense is not always easy, and that's the challenge we want to see if other offenses are up to the task.
That's Beaver Dam head coach Brock Lindy as Beaver Dam gets ready for KauKauna in the Division II Level 2 playoffs on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. Coach Lindy, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Wade. Go Beavers.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
See, this is all I've ever wanted. Now that the kids are all grown up, we have the retirement bliss we have always dreamt of. Still close by, all the family and friends, and in the neighborhood we have called home for decades.
Luxury living has arrived to Beaver Dam. 2- and 3-bedroom condos, spacious living areas with sunset views, accompanied by your own private boat slip and 2-car garage. Located on La Crosse Street, an upcoming on-site open house is available this Saturday, November 2nd, from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit monarchlakeview.com. monarchlakeview.com.
Today's business environment demands that you stand out from the crowd. At National Exchange Bank and Trust, we offer products and services to help you do just that. Our knowledgeable commercial lenders will partner with you to evaluate the unique needs of your business and provide you with the ultimate business solution. Our independence is your greatest asset. Learn more at nebat.com. National Exchange Bank and Trust, serving businesses in Wisconsin since 1933. Member FDIC.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement online at hometownglass.com.
You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
The Beavers and the Galloping Ghosts just a few minutes away from getting underway here in Level 2 of the Division II playoff bracket. Alongside Coach Tim Ladder and Corey Sparks here with you. Coach, let's take a look at the numbers between two teams that have to be pretty happy with not only how they performed in the regular season, but how they fared in Level 1.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that their numbers are pretty similar, right? Points per game, Beaver Dam 34, KauKauna with 28.9. Rushing yards per game, 217 to 207. Again, very similar between the two. Passing yards per game, Beaver Dam 143, KauKauna 177. Turnover battle. Beaver Dam's been awesome there all year, +9. KauKauna at +4. Beaver Dam coming in 9-1. KauKauna 8-2.
I find it very interesting how, you do the math with Coach Lindy saying we got 9 of our 12 goals. That's technically a C. And they still advanced in the playoffs and got their first playoff win in 13 years. Not too bad.
Yeah, well, coaches like us, the goals are high.
Yeah.
So 9-12 is pretty good.
I would say so, right? And even at the beginning of the season, he was saying we'd like to have playoff football. We'd like to have the conference title. They've checked off a lot of boxes. And
right.
Wade Bates actually handed me off a archive booklet. I mean, as thick as my hand. And the more I kept diving in, the more you see – just from the perspective of the history of this football team, how great they are. If you look up any passing stat right now, Eli Bryant leads it from a career passing perspective and then even single season as well. With a good team, you need a good leader, and Eli's been remarkable this year.
Yeah, he has. And, you mentioned, he's 97 to 160, 1,421 yards, 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The one thing is this. Beaver Dam has ran the football well and thrown it well. You got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. They've been fantastic all year. This is their best. This is their toughest test tonight. Teams have not been able to run on KauKauna.
Yeah.
They just haven't. And that in the Fox Valley, they haven't been able to run it. They're going to have to do a really good job of trying to create some space, but they're also going to have to protect Eli because they might be chucking it a lot tonight.
And, Coach, that was one of the cooler traditions I feel like I've seen in person. You get a horse delivering the game ball.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I was going to come flying across the field. It's great.
Playoff football, baby. Beaver Dam's got a pretty good rushing attack of their own. As you said, Coach, 217 rushing yards a game, led by Josiah Barnes. 200 rushes, over 1,400 yards. Beaver Dam will kick off. They receive the ball in the second half. KauKauna, the Galloping Ghosts, in front of their home crowd, will receive to start off the first quarter.
Boy, it's packed over here on this Beaver Dam side. We mentioned we were outside tonight, and this is a tiny, tiny bleacher. We got people all the way down both sidelines. Beaver Dam really brought it here tonight.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. Great crowd on hand. Cole Hembling. End-over-end kick fading towards the 5. Caught at the 10, up to the 15-20, cutting towards that middle sector of the field. Big hit right at about the 27. That's where the Galloping Ghosts will take over for the first time today.
Yeah, and they're led by Bron Schaefer, the quarterback, left-hander, 124 for 207, 1,756 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He runs it pretty well as well, 378 yards rushing for him at the quarterback position.
I was going to say, you've got 3 different options back there, Schaefer included, that are averaging 6 yards a carry or more. This team knows how to run the ball. Over 300 rushing yards in their win over Pulaski last week. Schaefer out of the gun, halfback to his right. That's Reardon. Bron Schaefer claps, takes it to handoff up the middle to Reardon. He's met by a couple of Beaver Dam defenders and Gavin Vitens right in the thick of things there.
Yeah, and Vitens has actually moved to a different spot with Brock Mullenbach being out with injury, a little bit of adjustment. They move Vitens to linebacker, bring Zach Shaven to play defensive end tonight.
Ball placed at the 30, a gain of 2, second and 8 for the Galloping Ghosts with 11:30 to play here in the first quarter. Level 2 of the playoffs. Beaver Dam defense that forced 2 turnovers last game, Coach.
Yep.
2 picks in timely fashion. Schaefer back in the gun again, this time a tailback to his left, power to the left, a couple of motioning receivers. Handoff, Reardon again. He's got some space. Gets past the leg tackle. He's got the line to gain and more near midfield. Pushed out at about the 45. Aiden Reardon in plus territory.
Yeah, that's going to be a gain of 25 for him. He comes in, 199 carries, 1,176 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's a first-team All-FVA running back.
Yeah, they just had their awards come out this past week. Reardon on there, Schaefer on there as well. It's an offense that knows how to score. 29 points a game. Ball placed at the 46 of Beaver Dam. Schaefer out of the gun again. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. The southpaw oversails his man near sideline. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of all-conference guys on this team, especially first team, but they've got 2 players of the year as well. Brendan Jansen, offensive lineman, the offensive lineman of the year in the Fox Valley. Parker Shue, receiver of the year in the Fox Valley.
And that's the receiver that Schaefer just overshot on that attempt to the near sideline. Shue, how about 637 receiving yards, averaging 20 yards each reception, 8 touchdowns for Mr. Shue. Ball placed to the 46, 2nd and 10, 10:59 to go. Scoreless here on your Gruber Law Offices. 1 call, that's all scoreboard. Trips to the right, screen pass to the far side. That is good for a nice and healthy gain past the line to gain. They're going to move the chains for the Galloping Ghosts. Kavanaugh Weinberg that time.
It's going to be a pickup. A little tougher to see from our lower angle tonight, but pick up a 13.
I know, we're not quite field side, but we're pretty close.
We're pretty low, yeah. A little tougher to see some of the yardages. Yeah, they're very good for a reason. They can run it, they can throw it. They spread you out. Beaver Dam's going to really have to answer the bell defensively here.
Trips to the left now. Halfback to the left of Schaefer. Schaefer out of the gun, fakes the throw, handoff to Reardon. He's got a healthy gain again, cutting through everybody. Nothing but green grass between him and the end zone. Touchdown KauKauna. Just a minute 43 into play. The Galloping Ghosts strike first.
Yeah, Beaver Dam's just got to settle down just a second here. They give up a quick score. They've given up first drive scores before, and they've done a good job of making adjustments. This is a big game, obviously, but they just got to settle down just a little bit.
All about how you respond. KauKauna responded well last week. They found themselves down 6-0 to Pulaski, a quarter and a half in. Ended up scoring 45 points in that one. The PAT is good. That being number 79, William Greichbach. And it's 7-0. KauKauna out in front, 10:17 to play. We'll step aside for a minute on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN, Beaver Dam.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center, WI.com, and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
This is Abby Klodowski with Klodowski Real Estate. We know leaving a home can be emotional, exciting, and scary. Whether you are downsizing, relocating, or upsizing, our family business would love the honor of walking you through the process of finding a new homeowner for the house you've loved and cared for. We look forward to the opportunity to get you through the home sale process with care and skill. If you are considering selling your home or you have questions about selling in the future, call your trusted real estate advisors at Klodowski Real Estate, 920-219-9212.
And we welcome you back to Bank of KauKauna Stadium. It is 7-0. KauKauna jumping out to a quick lead. Coach, quick drive for him.
Yeah, 5 plays, 73 yards, 138 off the clock. Aiden Reardon, 35-yard touchdown run. Kick is good.
End over end kick from Greichbach. Parker Blank getting up past the 35. Parker Blank with a healthy return, and that's not foreign to him. We saw him house a 78-yard kickoff return to make it 14-7 over Menasha in the first quarter last week.
Yeah, it's a good job by Parker, giving him good field position here. Going to be at the 36.
All right, that is where the Golden Beavers offense will take the field for the first time today, led out there by Eli Bryant, senior, who is the all-time leading touchdown passer and passer by yards on this squad, setting a lot of passing records this year. Screen pass of an near side, that's Seifert. Wrestled down just past the line to gain. That should move the chains.
Yeah, Beaver Dam thinks they can throw it here. They're going to spread KauKauna out a little bit. Again, we talked about KauKauna, hard time to run on them. Again, that line's got to do a really good job of protecting Eli, but they think they can get some space.
Got the ball out quick there. Bryant out of the pistol, one to his left, one behind him, two receivers to his left. He hands it off to Josiah Barnes, who meets contact right around the line of scrimmage. Forward progress might get him back there.
Yeah, they're actually going to give him.
Oh, Monheim.
No, you're right. It was
Okay.
Barnes. They're going to pick up 2.
Good initial push there.
Yep. Yeah, and again, you got to throw it. You got to run a little bit, even against a really, really stout defense. You got to keep them honest. They're going to change things up here. They've got actually Barnes coming out of the game. It's like they're going to go Parker Blank in the backfield.
2nd and 8 from the 50. Blank behind Bryant, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Bryant takes the snap, drops back, looking near side. Now he's scrambling near midfield, slings one across his body. It's off the fingertips of Jeffrey Freund at the 38.
The Seifert was running a deep route. He comes back to the ball. I think that ball is intended for Seifert, but Freund jumps up, gets a touch on it.
Jeffrey showing off the hops a little bit there. Got 3rd and 8 from the 50. It's a Beaver Dam offense that had 6 drives, scored on 5 of them, and knelt the timeout to advance to here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bryant out of the pistol once more. He drops back. Blank comes forward to block. Bryant going deep, has a man.
Jeffrey Freund.
Who else? Inside the red zone for Beaver Dam, a huge gain on 3rd and 8.
They like Jeffrey's matchups tonight, and that post route is going to be something that they think is going to be open. That's a great route by Jeffrey and a great ball by Eli to throw it up there and let Jeffrey go get it. You mentioned another great catch for him. He's been doing it all year.
Circus catches all year long for Jeffrey Freund. He brought down officially at the 10-yard line.
So pick up a 40.
Wow. A vertical shot from number 1. 2 receivers to the left, 2 split out to the right. It's a handoff to Parker Blank. Fights through the initial contact, gets a push from that defensive line of the Galloping Ghosts, and we'll see where they mark the forward progress at. He got a couple.
And it might see a little more Parker Blank because Josiah Barnes a little banged up after last week. So they're gonna get Parker a little bit more run than they normally have.
Looks like he got about a gain of 2 there, Coach?
Yeah, that's what I gave him.
Okay. Beaver Dam's played 10 games so far this year. On 6 of those games, they've scored 30 or more points. They know how to light up the scoreboard. Isolated receiver out to the left, that's Eli Johnson. 2 stagger to the right. Freund the motion man. Rolling out is Bryant. Balloon pass to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Beavers!
Jarek Westover on the catch.
Wow.
He had 2 guys to choose from in that right corner. Westover makes the catch. An 8-yard touchdown pass. We might see a shootout tonight.
He's been the rabbit out of the hat for him, hasn't he? Because that fake punt that they converted on in the opening drive against Menasha, that was a 20-yard gain for Jarek Westover to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Jarek's a great athlete. He's been awesome on defense all year. A couple big plays in the playoffs.
Parker Blank, Mr. Do-It-All, is back to try and even this one up. He splits the uprights. It is 7-7 between Beaver Dam and KauKauna on your Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All scoreboard. We'll step aside for a 30-second break and then be back here on Daily Dodge TV at 1430 ESPN, Beaver Dam.
Play garage music. Silica can make any home a smart home. Whole home wiring, speakers, and smart control make your home an oasis that anticipates your every need. Whether you're seeking comfort, entertainment, peace of mind, inspiration, or just a moment of tranquility. Existing or new construction, Silica has the skill to make any home a smart home. Silica for your home.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
7-7 the score here. 8:07 to play. Beaver Dam responding. Here's the ensuing kickoff return for KauKauna down the far sideline. The returner wrestled just past the 40 in plus territory, but a good touchdown drive for Beaver Dam, Coach Ladron.
Yeah, touchdown. Great answer by Beaver Dam. 6 plays, 74 yards, 2:04 off the clock. It is Eli Bryant to Jarek Westover. 8-yard touchdown pass. Kick is good. Long kick return for KauKauna. Great tackle by the freshman, Cole Hemling, the kicker, to save a touchdown.
Yeah, the last man standing. Tackling KauKauna down at the 40. Great field position for the Galloping Ghosts. 7:58 to play here in the opening quarter. All knotted up at 7. Trips to the left, Bron Schaefer out of the gun. Reardon next to him. A screen pass near side to Parker Shue. His first reception. Not going to get him very far. He's upended after a gain of about 3 or 4 here.
Yeah, I think that might have been. Is that Weinberg? 1? The numbers are weird.
Yeah.
The numbers are really weird. On their 9 and 1 look the same, which is weird. And Weinberg's coming off hurt, and he's their second leading receiver.
That's a big key there. Weinberg coming into today, coming off of, I should say, 4 receptions, 52 yards, and a score.
Yeah, he's their leading guy in receptions. He's got 46 for 485 and 5 touchdowns.
It looks like Parker Shue's been more of that deep threat for him. I'm going to call it a gain of 4 here. 2nd and 6. Ball placed at the 36. 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Fullback motion left to right. Schaefer dropping back, rolling out. And a completed pass along the far sideline. That was John Voet. Just had 1 reception for 8 yards last game. A huge gain here to move the chains.
Yeah, it's a pickup of 14. And look, Parker Blank had a jump on that, just couldn't get a handle on it.
I was going to say, it looked like he had the right angle there for a second.
Yep. But you know what? Defensively, you start getting that feel of what they're trying to do. Feel like you can start jumping some balls.
You said the word shootout. I know it's early. 6 of the last 7 drives for Beaver Dam have ended in a touchdown. If you want to look back a little bit, and this KauKauna team put up 45 a week ago. Handoff up the middle. It is Aiden Reardon, again with a huge gain, pushing through the initial contact.
Be a pickup.
That'll move the chains again.
Yep, that's a pickup of 12. 4 carries, 72 yards for Reardon here early. Beaver Dam's going to do a much better job stopping the run.
He's been a game wrecker, coming off a 170-yard performance, 3 touchdowns, broke a couple of those free. Coach Lindy said a big key is don't let the big play happen. We've seen 1 big play already, but Beaver Dam's offense matching them up. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun, Schaefer hands off again to Reardon, getting through a couple more leg tackles, and he's met by a couple of Golden Beavers. Brandon Morrissey in with a few of his friends.
Pick up a 7. And we talked about, right, you've got to try to make them one-dimensional. And right now they're able to run the football whenever they want, which might eventually have to force Beaver Dam to come up defensively and put more guys in the box, and then that obviously frees up that spread offense for KauKauna. 2 teams that run looks like almost identical offenses.
Kind of what we saw with Menasha, too. It was run, and then just when you think you can creep up a little bit, a couple quick slants later, and they were evening it up. A run right up the middle for the Galloping Ghosts inside the 5.
That is Kyle Kress.
He's coming off a remarkable game. 10 rushes, 112 yards. Can come at you with a few different guys out of the backfield here. 5:37 to go in the first quarter. 7-7 on your Gruber Law Office's one call, that's all scoreboard. KauKauna driving down to the 4. Kress in the backfield again. Schaefer hands off to him. Kress lunging towards the plane. He breaks it. And another touchdown for KauKauna. 13-7. They jump back out in front.
Yeah, and it starts with that running game right now. 5 for 79 for Reardon, 2 for 9 for Kress. And KauKauna is able to pick up, 10, 12 yards a carry right now.
They've been moving the ball at will, specifically on the ground. A couple of screen passes too, but you said, Coach, for the most part, it's been the run game. Sports@dailydodge.com. We'll catch up with your emails here in a moment. I've got some work to do. I'm looking down here. That's a good problem to have, though. The PAT is good. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. It's 14-7 KauKauna over Beaver Dam on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
White Construction is cheering on our student athletes in the community, and they want you on their winning team too. They are expanding and looking for passionate individuals who want to build their future as a team. Join a company that values teamwork, excellence, and community spirit. They're now hiring for multiple positions around Wisconsin, including general labor, fieldwork, and heavy equipment operators. Visit congruix.com to apply today and step up to the plate with White Construction. Let's build something great together.
Oh, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. If you like scoring, this is the game for you. The most recent one, Coach, coming from Kyle Kress to make it 14-7.
Yeah, 6-play, 40-yard drive, 2:41 off the clock. Kyle Kress, a 4-yard touchdown run. Kick is good. 14-7 KauKauna.
Both of these teams throwing haymakers at each other so far. Beaver Dam looking to respond here. It was Eli Bryant to Jarek Westover on the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers opening possession. It was touchdown pass number 19 on the season for Eli. Little trickeration here, but an end-over-end kick to the far side of the field. Blank catches it around the 12, up to the 15-20. A couple of cuts past the 30, wrestled down around the 31.
And just like the last, after the first score for KauKauna, no need to panic. Beaver Dam was very solid on offense first time around, that first drive. You just got to stay solid. Don't need to gamble or anything. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Try and play catch up with these emails. Sports@dailydodge.com. Steve Wheeler saying, go Beavers, and Moose from the Wheelers and Manitowash Waters. The Eberleys checking in. Read that one off here in just a second. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield for Eli Bryant. He hits Eli Johnson on a quick slant as he breaks across the 40-yard line for a healthy gain through the air.
Quick little RPO, and Eli Johnson with the catch on the slant route. Pickup of 11. And Beaver Dam back on the move.
We talked about Jeffrey Freund's been a huge weapon, especially with those circus catches, but also Seifert, Eli Johnson as well. Bryant can spread it around a little bit. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 5 wide, empty backfield. Bryant looking in the middle again, and it's almost picked off by a pair of defenders. Number 32, Sam Weber, got the initial tip on it.
Yeah, and he's their guy defensively. Leads them in tackles, sacks, and tackles for loss. And 2 tips. He got a tip. Then Eli Johnson got a tip on it and nearly got picked off. And Beaver Dam gets a little bit of a break.
Those are scary, tipping it upwards at least.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 41 for Beaver Dam. 5 wide again, 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Eli Bryant. He gets the snap. Pump fakes near side to Seifert. Now looking deep for Freund. 1-on-1. He's got him. Jeffrey Freund wrestled down in front of the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21.
Pick up a 38. A great call. That bluff, you called it perfectly. That bluff bubble on the side, letting Jeffrey free up some one-on-one on that post route again.
Little shoulder fake from Eli Bryant. Christine Eberle checking in, saying good luck to the Golden Beavers from Christine, Skyler, and Lonnie Eberle. Bring home a win. Both offenses driving right now. Ball placed officially at the 22, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for Beaver Dam. Eli Bryant this time hands off up the middle, going back to the run game. They'll get a minimal gain there. Josiah Barnes on the carry.
Yeah, pick up a 3. Again, got to punch it in there every once in a while. And again, Barnes a little bit banged up, hasn't played as many snaps as you normally see.
Kind of seeing him rotate in and out. They've used Blank a little bit more today.
Hey, use Josiah's snaps effectively. You know, it would get him in there, make him be effective, and then get him a little breather.
2nd and 7 from the 19. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Out of the pistol, it's Eli Bryant with Parker Blank behind him. Bryant drops back for a pass. Has to get out of the pocket. Throws sidearm near side to Blank.
Caught.
They've got it for a catch.
It's going to be a pick up a 2.
A little change of the arm angle there.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy pressure. And he does a nice job. Eli does a nice job of getting away. Parker does a nice job of giving Eli an option.
What do we do on 3rd down?
Logan Arft, number 74, was pursuing Eli Bryant there. Able to use his athleticism to get outside the pocket. 3rd and 6 from the 18. It's 14-7. Beaver Dam with the ball, down 7, 2:43 to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That is Freund. Out of the pistol, it is Eli Bryant. Blank behind him. He throws over the middle. And that ball is caught.
Yeah, that's a first down. Big catch on the slant route.
Freund in tight coverage. I feel like that's happened a couple of times already today.
Jeffrey, 3 catches for 90.
Wow.
Still first quarter.
I was going to say, that's not a bad pace to be on, huh?
Big numbers being put up tonight.
Freund coming into today with 725 receiving yards. That is already the most in a single season for any Golden Beaver receiver, and 90 more to his name. Not too bad.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 12. 2 receivers to the left. Power to the left, out of the pistol, it is Eli Bryant with Barnes behind him. He fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. Pressure in his face, Eli Bryant rolls to the right. Has a man, corner the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Beavers. It's Ashton Seifert, 1 point short of the equalizer.
12 yards. Eli does a nice job of scrambling and getting out of pressure. Ashton readjusts his route and gives Eli an option on this right side. He's wide open in the right side of the end zone.
4 drives, 4 touchdowns between these 2 teams. Parker Blank getting set to line up to try and tie this thing up at 14 with 1:51 to play here in the first quarter. Touchdown number 20 on the season through the air for Eli Bryant. And the snap was not great. Eli had to hold on to it. That ball picked up but then blown dead. Eli couldn't get that ball down in time, ended up holding on to it, and Parker could not kick through. So 14-13. We will step aside for a 30-second break. Beaver Dam down 1 with 1:51 to go here in the first quarter on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
Four drives, 4 touchdowns, 27 points, and we are not even a quarter of the way home. Alongside Tim Ladder and Corey Sparks here with you. Beaver Dam responding, Coach.
6 plays, 69 yards, 3:25 off the clock. Eli Bryant to Ashton Seifert, 12-yard touchdown catch. Kick is no good, makes it 14-13.
Eli Bryant having to hold on to that ball, tried to preserve the play and roll out, eventually lost it. The play was blown dead before KauKauna could go for a scoop and score. Hemling ready to kick from the 40 of Beaver Dam. All touchdowns so far. He squibs this one. It is fielded at the 18, up to the 20, 25, towards the 30. Gets through a pile of defenders, just past the 30, around the 32.
Brock Mullenbach being out, we mentioned him on the offensive side. The defensive side, he's also the long snapper, so it's a backup long snapper and an extra point as well. Well, Corey, it comes down to who breaks serve, right?
Pretty much, right? Curious to see if another touchdown comes for Beaver Dam if they start going for 2 to try and play that game to pace them back. But, yeah pretty much right now, 4 touchdowns in just over 10 minutes of play. Schaefer out of the gun, Reardon to his left. He fakes, throws the bubble screen nearby. And how about Parker Blank rocking his man to the ground? That was Brock Verbenkauer, typically playing fullback. They lined him up outside, and he met Parker Blank. Officially a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 from the 36 with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter.
Parker's off to a great start. Just such a big factor on both sides of the ball.
I was going to say, he had a pick last week. How's the kickoff? 78 yards for a touchdown. Nice tackle to start here. Schaefer out of the gun again. He throws a screen to the right. That's Wyenberg, who is tied down right around the 40-yard line. Be a couple of yards short. 3rd and short coming up.
That time, Hayden Burkhan goes up and jams to try to take the bubble away. KauKauna does a pretty good job of blocking him. Beaver Dam does a great job of getting to the ball.
Really swarming around that time. KauKauna went far side towards the sideline. 3rd and 3. First bit of resistance we've seen. Schaefer out of the gun. He hands off to Reardon again. Reardon spinning outside towards the far sideline. Pushed out around midfield. Plenty enough for the first down.
Yeah, he's going to get to the 47, pick up a 7. Yeah, it might have been their first 3rd down.
I was just going to say, it feels like both teams have been moving a decent amount. I know Beaver Dam faced at least one. That was the first 3rd down for KauKauna. 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Schaefer out of the gun again. One receiver to the left, one to the right. It's a handoff up the middle. And a dog pile of Golden Beavers. Brings down Crest right at about midfield. Vitens in the middle of the pile.
And that's going to bring us to the end of 1.
That is the end of the first quarter, 14-13. KauKauna out in front of Beaver Dam. A early shootout on your Gruber Law Offices. 1 call, that's all scoreboard. We will step aside for a 60-second break here on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Hey Beaver Dam, let's give a huge shout out to our local student athletes and the amazing Beaver Dam football team. Celebrate every score with delicious food from Beaver Dam Food Pride. Grandpa's Sausage Kitchen has a new game day favorite, the Golden Beaver flavored brat. And don't miss tomorrow's holiday open house from 10 to 2. Get your picture with Santa, register to win amazing prizes, and enjoy samples of holiday favorites. Cheer on our student athletes and feast like champions with Beaver Dam Food Pride. Go Beavers!
To 13 here as we begin play in the second quarter between KauKauna and Beaver Dam. KauKauna with the ball right at midfield and a 1-point lead. Schaefer out of the gun with a halfback to his right. That is Reardon. He hands off to Reardon, who lunges forward for a gain of about 4. As he cut to his left right at the end.
Beaver Dam has moved Vitens back to defensive end, and Colton Schultz comes in to play linebacker.
We have Pete Skalitsky cheering on both the Columbus Cardinals and the Golden Beavers, saying he's switching back and forth between the two streams. Got some in-house competition here with Mike Tronson. Both great games to have on tonight.
Oh,
West
yeah.
Salem is a wagon as well.
Yeah, no question.
3rd and 3 from the 46. Second third down we've seen on this drive for the Galloping Ghosts. 2 receivers to the left, nobody on the right. Out of the gun, it's Schaefer with Reardon to his right. He hands off to Reardon. Originally ruled 10 from the 40.
For Sun Prairie.
Wow. It's a team Beaver Dam knows pretty well from their Badger Large days.
Yeah, no question. And KauKauna and West Appear have had the last 5 games that they've played have come down to the last play of the game.
Out of the gun, Schaefer fakes the handoff to Kress, throws near side to Wyenberg. He skates up the sideline.
Kind of a break tackle bully type guy, it looks like. You know, he does not, he's got 5 touchdowns on the year. Does average, a good clip around 6. He certainly showed it on that one, though.
It's one of those where he gets out in the open field, and good luck tackling him.
Yep.
Bit of a pause and play. Right near the line of scrimmage. Brandon Morrissey and
it is a hold.
We've seen a lot of things so far today, Coach. Lots of scoring, big chunk plays. That's the first penalty here. It took a little over a quarter to get there. Clean football.
It is. And in one of the awesomest things, the officials have mics tonight, so we know what's going on. It's only the second time we've seen that out here inside of Watertown.
Watertown, right?
But yeah, it's awesome when you know exactly what's going on.
You, me, and Wade all had stars in our eyes. We're like, we feel pretty big time. We got mic'd up refs here, so yeah, second time. 2nd and goal from the 14. KauKauna penalized the 10 yards. They march back. Much more condensed set here. Single receiver on the right. Schaefer out of the gun. Reardon on his right hip. Schaefer fakes the handoff to Reardon. The southpaw throws. Far side. Has a man looking to break the plane. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. That is Parker's shoe.
That's his.
Only time that Beaver Dam brought the punting unit out last week, it was a fake. So from that part of the game, Jeff got the day off.
Yeah, and you would be pretty certain here that KauKauna is well aware of that. Need one of those bombs from Jeffrey here.
Freund has his heels planted back at the Beaver Dam 29, steps up to the 33 and unleashes a bomb. End over end down to the 20. Minimal return up to about the 25.
Liam Grunwald on the tackle. Couple early hits in there too. Look like Jacoby Hiley was in there. Zach Shave as well.
Like Brody McMullen on the return. Just the sheer size of this roster, Coach. I'm like putting my spotting board together, and I had to flip to the other side. 99 on the KauKauna roster.
Yeah. Well, and Beaver Dam is kind of used to that, in the past, having to play Wanakee every year.
That's fair.
That's exactly what they were.
They start at the 30. Schaefer out of the gun, a couple of receivers to his right. The southpaw drops back, facing some pressure, swims through it, throws a ball up in the air. Eli Johnson got his right hand on it. That's going to go down as a pass deflection. That ball was fluttering a little long there.
Westover, great pass rush. Schaefer gets away from Westover. Look at Eli Johnson had an absolute beat on his 6th pick of the year. That ball just tended to float just a touch. Eli does a great job at least getting up there, getting a deflection on that. Great play by Eli.
Eli Johnson with 5 picks on the year, had an interception at the 2-yard line in the first half against Menasha.
It didn't start on defense to start the year. Had a big game against Plymouth and took off from there.
A lot of seniors on this team. He's not one of them. They get him for another year. Handoff up the middle for the Galloping Ghosts. The pile pushes forward for a couple of yards. Reardon again on the carry.
Get 4.
Got 3rd and 6 coming up.
Reardon, 9 carries for 102.
Wow. Someone they've got to try and contain.
But you know what? These last 5 carries, 7, 7, 4, 6, 4. Doing a much better job here.
Much more to the Golden Beavers' liking. Their crowd getting loud, stomping the feet down. 3 receivers to the right. A halfback next to Schaefer.
Timeout,
we've got
KauKauna.
a McKinstry's Home Furnishings timeout by KauKauna. We'll keep it here. A reminder, you can make Moraine Park Technical College your first choice for an education tailored to your success and your growth. With campuses in Beaver Dam, Fond du Lac, and West Bend, you can visit marinepark.edu/first choice. We're seeing a few more third downs here, and that's not something you could say the first couple of offensive possessions for KauKauna. Beaver Dam is starting to figure something out on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a 7-on-7 drill for a while there.
Right.
Just scoring all the time.
8-man football, baby.
But both teams have seemed to settle in on the defensive side, and you know, both teams have made nice adjustments. This is a big play for Beaver Dam. 3rd and 6, try to get back, because you know, we talked about serve, right? KauKauna broke serve. Beaver Dam needs to break it back. You can't go down 2 scores here.
I'm liking the tennis analogies. That makes me, along with the emails from Arizona, think it's a lot warmer than it is right now. So I'll tell you what, I'm not playing tennis in this weather. That ball probably wouldn't bounce. Be like hitting a rock around. Both teams back out on the field following KauKauna's first timeout. 3rd and 6 from the 34. Schaefer out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He takes the handoff to Reardon. The southpaw drifting to his left, throwing downfield. That ball is picked off at the 40.
Parker Blank, another big play by Park. Parker's proving to be a big-time game player. His best games of the year have come in the playoffs, and he had a great game in the Port Washington game to win the conference as well. A couple really good games out of Parker, and really sets tempo back for Beaver Dam to try to even this thing up.
Serve broken.
That's right.
2 interceptions for Blank in the last 3 quarters. Is that good, Coach?
I think it's all right.
Yeah, not too bad. 6:15 to play here in the first half. Beaver Dam with the ball, down 8 at their own 40, courtesy of number 3. Eli Bryant out of the pistol. Barnes behind him, 3 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. Gets a call from Coach Lindy on the near side. This time he takes it. Screen near side to Ashton Seifert, looking to let his blocks develop. Eli Johnson was the lone man blocking in front of him. A gain of about, see if they give him 2 or 3 here.
2, looks like. Pick up a 2.
This is a big KauKauna team, Coach. 5 different players listed on the roster at least, over 300 pounds. And we're kind of seeing the way here that Beaver Dam's going to work around it. They're going to go outside the numbers.
Yep, and they've done a good job of that. But again, when you play in the Fox Valley, like, you got to have that size. KauKauna certainly does it.
2nd and 8, 5:37 to go here in the first half. Beaver Dam with the ball, down 8, out of the pistol. Bryant handing off, going back to the run game.
That's Barnes.
Barnes pushed. Give him another yard there.
A little extracurricular on that one. And expect that in a game like this.
Thinking back to the stare downs we saw in Menasha, between Beaver Dam and Menasha right at the logo. Saw a little bit of that here too.
We talked earlier in the game about rushing yards per game. Beaver Dam at 217 for the season per game. Tonight, 5 minutes left in the half, and we got 9 on the ground.
Wow. Plenty through the air, though.
Yep.
Held Pulaski to 140 rushing yards, and most of those coming in the second half when the game was out of hand. Eli Bryant takes the snap, drops back. He spins around pressure. Tells his O-lineman to get out of the way. He's running for the line to gain. Puts his shoulder down and is going to be near the line to gain at midfield.
Yeah, and I don't think he's got it. I mean, he leveled that guy, and he kind of let him know, too. But it's going to be short by 2 yards, and this is a big decision time for Coach Lindy and his staff and what they decide to do.
Saw a scenario inside the red zone at Menasha where they brought the field goal kicking unit out. Coach Lindy took a timeout, brought him back out there, and then it was Eli Bryant on a QB draw up the middle.
And they're going to go for it.
No hesitation here. 4th and 2. All 6'3", 205 pounds of Eli Bryant, putting his shoulder down on that last play. Eli under center for the first time today. I formation goes with the hard count here.
Beaver's used timeout.
Not a bad play there, relying on one of the better hard counts I feel like I've seen in person in high school football. He's drawn quite a few individuals offsides.
Well, we talk about it all the time. The last 2 years, he's got to be averaging about over 1 a game on hard counts. I mean, he's so good with it. And credit to his offensive linemen for not jumping. You know, they stay home and do a good job. I did want to mention that offensive line because they've been so good all year, and they've been tested time and time again. This is the biggest test that they've had. We talked last week about Menasha and their lines, and I thought Beaver Dam's line dominated. That line of Caleb Desarn, Blake Hartman, Charlie Kircher, Ben Brown, and A.J. Litzer have been outstanding all year. The tight ends, Monheim and Shave. And I want to mention Carter Rohde, too, who started at center this year. Ended up with a broken leg. You see him on the side with the wheelie cart over there.
Yep.
And he likes cruising around on that thing in school and stuff. And then Kircher came in and did a great job of replacing him. That line has been outstanding all year, and they're holding up tonight. And again, the run game's been tough, but it's tough for everybody. You mentioned Pulaski with 140, but Pulaski's a wing T team. That's all they do is pretty much run.
Right.
You know, so they get only 140. That's awful for Pulaski. But the line has done a great job of protecting Eli.
Huge responsibility for the line here. It's 4th and 2 from the Beaver Dam 48. Offense is back out there. Full house look. Eli Bryant going with the cadence. Checks back to the near sideline. Bryant out of the pistol. Barnes behind him. Looks over his right shoulder. Now Barnes to his right. Bryant takes the snap. It is a QB draw. Eli puts the shoulder down. We'll see where the forward progress went. He's spun back down at his own 47. How far are they going to get him?
They're not giving it to him. They're not giving it to him. I'm not sure it was a great spot. I'll be honest. I thought he got across that 50-yard line on the initial contact, but the officials aren't giving it to him, and he's going to be short and great field position for KauKauna.
They're putting that ball at just ahead of the 49, claiming he was about 2/3 of a yard short here. Well, Coach, you're giving flowers to the offensive line, and rightfully so. It feels like almost every time that Eli Bryant, we've seen a couple of occasions this game, but all season, when he leaves the pocket, it's on his own terms.
Yeah. Yep. And a lot of times it's stepping up in the pocket, which means he's getting a good pocket, and that rush is starting to come behind him, and he's just got to wait for a receiver to get open.
4:36 to play here in half number 1. KauKauna with the ball now up 8, 21-13 on your Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all scoreboard. Schaefer, snap back, fakes the handoff, throws far side to Wyenberg, who skates past the 40 near the 35 and is shoved out of play.
Yeah, that play's been effective for them all night. They did a nice job of getting it out to him, and Wyenberg's been able to create some action on the sideline. He's got 5 catches for 43.
And he came up hobbling a little bit on one of the first 2 drives.
And that's a good call, too, by KauKauna, because Schaefer threw a pick on his last one. Let him throw an easy pass.
Confidence.
Yep.
Get that confidence up. So now Schaefer out of the gun, 2 receivers to the right. Motioning that fullback, Verbenkauer, back and forth. It is a run up the middle. Back near the 30-yard line. Reardon again.
That's going to be all of 6. It's a nice pickup.
Catching up with those emails again. We've got Deb checking in saying go Beavers from Jeff Royan's grandparents watching from home. 2nd and 4 from the 30. Exactly 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Handoff to Reardon again.
It's like Papiernik in there making the tackle.
He
the big
jumped
fella.
on him.
That's going to be a first down. They're like that's an exactly 10-yard, and the officials just, we're not going to measure it. It's cold. If you're close, we're going to give it to you.
Yeah. Which I don't get it. Wouldn't you want to get moving, get the blood flowing a little bit?
Yeah. Run over, get the sticks. Come on, get yourself going a little bit.
Know what your feet feel like again? 1st and 10 from the 26. 3:35 to play. Another handoff up the middle. And the pile getting pushed forward near that line to gain. Reardon showing off the strength aspect of his game that time.
It's close to a first down. I'm ready to let them just move the chains again, but it's going to be 9 for Reardon.
Giving him a 9-yard gain up to the 17-yard line for Aiden Reardon.
Update from Sun Prairie. West of Pier 17, Sun Prairie East 14, middle of the second quarter.
Two close ball games here. Keep in mind, Beaver Dam does get the ball back to start the second half. Reardon flipping from the right hip to the left hip of Schaefer. And now taking the ball up the middle. Pushing forward for a first down and much more. He's inside the 5.
Gonna give him
just outside.
Yeah, gonna give him the 6. Pickup of 11, and Reardon's really ripping off some yardage here again.
Looking a lot more like those first couple of drives. Heavy run.
Letting that big offensive line lean on us a little bit here. 13 carries for 132 for Reardon.
Kind of what you were saying before, Coach. Maybe a little more conservative play calling after that pick. Just make sure you move the ball down the field. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Yep.
First and goal from the 6. 2:15 to play here in the first half. Fullback motions from right to left. Snap back to Schaefer. He hands off to Kress. Kress pushing by a defender and breaks the plane for a touchdown. KauKauna up to 27 to 13 with 2:09 to play on your Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all scoreboard. Coach, they go back to the run.
Yeah, after the defense gets a stop on the last drive, that momentum shift of that turnover on the 4th down in the midfield, I don't know if Beaver Dam's defense really responded from that very well.
Kyle Kress now has 4 touchdowns in his last 2 games. The PAT splits the uprights, and it's 28 to 13 with 2:09 to play in the first half. Beaver Dam will get the ball back, try and cut it to a 1-possession game before taking the ball to start the second half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
There's a lot of great teams in our area to cheer for this season, but why not join another winning team? McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We've got quite the strong returning lineup this year with quick lift chairs, strong lazy boys, and comforting sectionals and sofas. At McKinstry's, we can even frame your favorite sports memorabilia like pictures and jerseys. Stop in and shop with another winning home team today. McKinstry's Home Furnishings.
28 to 13 the score on your Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all scoreboard with 2:09 to play here in the first half. Coach, KauKauna jumping out to a 2-possession lead here.
Yeah, after stopping the Beavers at midfield on 4th down, they go 5 plays, 49 yards, 2:35 off the clock. Kyle Kress, a 6-yard touchdown run. Kick is good. 28-13 KauKauna.
Really leaning on that offensive line that got them 309 yards on the ground last game against Pulaski, and it felt like anytime they got shook, that was their calling card. Okay, down 6-0 to Pulaski, that's fine. Go run heavy. Kind of what they're doing to Beaver Dam at the moment here. End over end kick to the far side, caught just behind the 10, up to the 15, now to the 20 with space.
Fumble.
Seifert dropping the ball, that ball on the ground near the far sideline. I believe it rolled out of play.
Yep.
A little scare there. That would not have been good for Beaver Dam.
Jeffrey Freund had a good blocks and had some room on that right side. Whoever it was from KauKauna busted out of that pile and made that tackle. It looks like Jeffrey was going to go for a while. This is a big possession. Beaver Dam can get the double up here. 2:02 left and a half. Can get the ball to start second half. Got to punch one in here though.
That's Freund. My apologies. We're at a tough angle here.
It is tough.
I'm looking through players.
I'm actually. I get the binoculars.
Yeah,
I actually think it's a great call because it's tough to see here.
Beaver Dam starting back at their own 23-yard line. As you said, Coach, Freund did have a seam there before losing the football. Bryant back in pistol. He drops back, looks over the middle, hits his man past the 30, wrestled down at about the 32, and that is Jeffrey Freund.
It should be an automatic first down, about where it is.
Yeah.
But they're not. No.
Oh,
not going to give them that one.
Gain of 9 for Freund, 1:40 to play here in the first half. Beaver Dam working with some tempo here. Bryant out of the pistol, he drops back again, collides with Barnes, just tucks the ball and tries to save as much of that play as he possibly can.
Little RPO and Barnes just ran into the back of Bryant. But that's going to be a first down. I don't think they're on. Are they? Yeah, okay.
I was going to say they flipped the line to third down for a second. Now we might get a measurement. 4 more seconds put on the clock, so back to 1:27 to play in the first half.
Hey, clutch fumble.
There we go.
Got the first down.
Yeah. Clock is winding now. Down to 1:20. Bryant out of the gun. He drops back, does a shoulder fake near side, looks far side, has a man mid-air around the 47. That is Eli Johnson.
That was that pump and go again, but again, Johnson sees a safety behind him, comes back to the ball, and Eli Bryant sees him pick up a 16.
Eli to Eli on the connection up to the 47. 1st and 10, 1:04 to play. Snap back to Bryant. Fakes again, this time is leveled at about the 42 and loses the football.
And it looks like, KauKauna celebrating, but there's no call.
Wondering if they just ruled him down. Haven't seen a signal from the referees yet.
Eli's already coming off the field, but the officials haven't decided.
Let's see what the officials have to say.
Incomplete pass.
So at some point that arm went forward. Bryant got rid of the ball, just coming to the near sideline to get the next play call.
Nice job by Eli to do that. As I say, I don't think Eli has lost a fumble all year. I mean, we haven't fumbled hardly at all. Anyway, but Eli got hammered on that.
Taking care of the football so far. I think you're right, Coach. The only 3 turnovers have been through the air. 2nd and 10 from the 47 with 57 seconds to play. Beaver Dam avoiding disaster there. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bryant out of the pistol with Barnes behind him. Eli claps twice, 3rd time gets the ball back. He drops back. Heel on the 35. Now he has to roll to his left, trying to extend the play. Bryant loses the football there, and it goes.
No, that's got to be out of bounds, doesn't it?
Out of play, I believe. Again, no signal.
Yep. He said no, it's out of bounds.
A couple of close calls for this team in the last few minutes here.
Yeah, Eli's running with the ball, in his one hand, looking to throw. So, and then he gets swiped from behind by the KauKauna defender. That ended up being a gain of 2.
And between the fumble on the kick return, kind of the weird exchange between Bryant and Barnes bumping into each other in this, Beaver Dam finds themselves in a pretty nice position, all things considered.
Right.
3rd and 8 from the 49. How about a gain of 2 on that play? 48 seconds to play. Beaver Dam looking to drive. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Barnes in the backfield. Bryant drops back, looks over the middle, incomplete.
Had Adler Jenkins, and Jenkins just couldn't hang on. This brings up a tough call here. I think Beaver Dam's going to punt it away. I think this is it's the right call here. 44 seconds left. 4th and long at midfield. You're getting the ball at halftime. If you can get a nice punt, put them in tough position, you at least come back, score at the end, score to start the second half, get it back to a 1-score game.
Got somebody in Jeffrey Freund who can flip the field on command as well. KauKauna's been moving the ball at will at certain times. With 44 seconds left here, take a few seconds off from this play. Looking for a good kick from Freund. He lets this one go quickly from his own 42. Nice hang time on that one. It does take, I was going to say a KauKauna bounce, but then it bounced back forward inside the 20. Nice job by Freund to flip the field. 33 seconds to play. And we'll see if it's go time for KauKauna or if they, I doubt they kneel it out the way they've been moving it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Boy, give Jeffrey a lot of credit. Two rushers unblocked, and Jeffrey gets a 1-step punt off. There is a flag down here at the 43-yard line.
A couple of officials getting together on that. Ball is marked at the 17-yard line right now with 33 seconds to play. Quick reminder as we wait for an explanation, you can make Moraine Park. Oh.
Did they say 15-yard penalty on 12 men?
Yes.
Holy cow, there's a game changer.
That is huge. Wow.
That is a big deal. Yeah, that is 15 yards.
Maybe the break they needed. You can make Moraine Park Technical College your first choice for an education tailored to your success and growth with campuses in Beaver Dam, Fond du Lac, and West Bend. Visit morainepark.edu/first choice. How about that for a lifeline?
Yeah, hey, 35-yard line now with 33 seconds left. Beaver Dam with 2 timeouts.
When it looked like KauKauna was going to get the ball back with about half a minute to go. Beaver Dam still driving. They're up to the 35, getting a 15-yard penalty with a 12-man on-field penalty. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Eli Bryant empty in the backfield. He throws near side, has a man pushed out after a gain of about 5.
Seifert on the catch.
Christian Seifert, thank you, Coach. I'm looking over like, which one? I know it's not Freund. He was far side there.
Boy, that's gonna be 7.
Giving him a 7-yard gain here. Likely thinking touchdown. I am curious what Parker Blank's range is like. I know he drilled a 29-yarder in Watertown that was good from probably 40.
Yeah, I don't think they're thinking field goal in any way here.
Got to get into the end zone. 28 seconds to play here in the first half. Eli Bryant out of the pistol. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bryant fakes the handoff, drops back. He's going end zone.
Oh, it slipped out of his hand.
Looking for Freund, who is doubled. That ball is picked off in the end zone, returned up to about the 12 or 13-yard line.
It slipped out of Eli's hand. It ended up being kind of a duck in the air. You can tell, especially the way Eli throws the football. That ball just slipped out.
Rare mistake, just lost the grip there at some point.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Not much we could do on the receiving end of that.
Not to say the scoring's come to a grinding halt, but we saw 5 touchdowns and 5 drives. A little less of that here. 28-13 on your Gruber Law Office's one call. That's all scoreboard with 19 seconds to play. KauKauna's going to take this one into the locker room.
And with that, the clock is going to wind down to the end of the first half.
Offense, and more offense. Seen a little defense. Couple of turnovers here in the second quarter. 1 pick from each side. But 28-13, the score on your Gruber Law Office's one call. That's all scoreboard. We will step aside for a 4-minute break. Come back with some halftime numbers here and report and get ready for the second half. This is playoff football level 2 in the Division II bracket on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
When it comes to a winning lineup, turn to the selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam. Their team goes the extra mile to provide a winning experience, from hassle-free financing options to exceptional customer service. It's like having a dedicated cheering section cheering you on in every step of the vehicle purchase. Give the team at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam a call at 920-885-3301 or visit napleton151.com and find new roads with their winning inventory.
The winter weather can play havoc on your hands and hair. Fear not, the folks at Wonder Nails and Spa has just the ticket for you. Call 887-4374 and let them pamper you. Let them chase away those winter blues. Let's talk hair. Long, beautiful hair, shining, whoa, I digress. The team of cost cutters will put a shimmer and shine to your mood, and their retail products are the best in the business. Call 885-0437 today. That's why you hear everyone say, I shop Park Village Shopping Center, and you should too.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we'd like to thank our Swedish friends for bringing the buffet to America. They called it the smorgasbord, but it was a success anyway. So we started our own buffet and loaded it up with pizza, chicken, sides, salads, and cactus bread. And you can even request any pizza you want anytime you visit. We call it Buffet Your Way, because smorgasbord your way, well, that doesn't rhyme at all. Pizza Ranch.
Check out your local Pizza Ranch in Beaver Dam, Watertown, or Waupun, or check out pizzaranch.com.
At Preferred Dental Partners, our core values are more than just something we put on our wall. They're something we live out. Core value number 2 is the wow experience. This means that from the moment you walk in the door until the time you leave, we want to provide an experience for our patients that is unlike anything you've had before. There are lots of choices of dentists, and we never want anyone to feel they have to be here. We want them to choose to be here because they feel heard, welcomed, and well cared for. If you want to see what the wow experience is about, call or text Preferred Dental Partners today.
American drivers overpay an average of $368 per year on their auto insurance. Why? Because, well, insurance is hard. It's complicated. It's time-consuming to get quotes from multiple companies, so we overpay. Or we call Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Make one call and receive a quote from a great company like Auto Owners Insurance. The team at Richards Insurance will literally do all the work for you. So if you could be saving money each month with an Auto Owners Insurance policy, you'll know about it. How much will you save with Richards Insurance? To find out, call Richards Insurance or stop in at 123 North Spring Street, downtown Beaver Dam. With offices in Columbus, Watertown, West Bend, and Oshkosh. With over 50 employees and hundreds of years insurance experience across 5 offices, you'll get full-service counseling with no obligation. Your auto owner's insurance carrier is Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Call 887-1615.
We'll be there with you. Richards Insurance of Beaver Dam.
Hey Beaver Dam, let's give a huge shout out to our local student athletes and the amazing Beaver Dam football team. Celebrate every score with delicious food from Beaver Dam Food Pride. Grandpa's Sausage Kitchen has a new game day favorite, the Golden Beaver flavored brat. And don't miss tomorrow's holiday open house from 10 to 2. Get your picture with Santa, register to win amazing prizes, and enjoy samples of holiday favorites. Cheer on our student athletes and feast like champions with Beaver Dam Food Pride. Go Beavers!
See, this is all I've ever wanted. Now that the kids are all grown up, we have the retirement bliss we have always dreamt of. Still close by all the family and friends, and in the neighborhood we have called home for decades.
Luxury living has arrived to Beaver Dam. 2 and 3 bedroom condos, spacious living areas with sunset views, accompanied by your own private boat slip and 2-car garage. Located on La Crosse Street, an upcoming on-site open house is available this Saturday, November 2nd from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit monarchlakeview.com. monarchlakeview.com.
28-13 the score. KauKauna out in front of Beaver Dam as we hit halftime here from Bank of KauKauna Stadium. Beautiful facility. I can now see my breath. I can see your breath, Coach. The numbers from the first half and anything that kind of sticks out to you.
Yeah, so total yardage, KauKauna 233, Beaver Dam 183. 50-yard difference there. They're getting it done in different ways. KauKauna 172 yards on the ground. Aiden Reardon leads them, 13 carries for 132 and a touchdown. Kyle Kress has 7 carries for 40 and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Bron Schaefer, 7 of 10, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 5 catches for Kavanaugh Weinberg for 43 yards. And Parker Shoes got 1 for 13 and a touchdown. Again, for Beaver Dam, 183 total, only 20 on the ground. Eli Bryant leads the way, 4 carries for 11. Josiah Barnes, 4 for 7. Parker Blank, 1 for 2. Through the air, Eli Bryant is 12 of 19 for 163, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jeffrey Freund, 4 catches for 94. Ashton Seifert, 4 for 33 and a touchdown. Eli Johnson, 2 for 27. Parker Blank, 1 for 2. And Jarek Westover, 1 for 8 with a touchdown.
You brought this up early, and it kind of stayed the same theme throughout the first half, Coach. Like Beaver Dam, they're definitely leaning on the pass. Those screen passes are their runs, but they haven't abandoned the run. They still want to make sure that KauKauna respects them somewhat up front, that they're not going to be a one-dimensional team.
Yeah, and you could see that KauKauna started bringing a little bit more of the house at Eli at the second, near the end of that second quarter, and Eli definitely under a little more pressure there, and they're dropping a little bit more into a 4-deep coverage, and it's given Beaver, taking some of that deep shot away from Jeffrey.
Looking over at head coach Brock Lindy, had the chance to talk to him earlier this week. Wade Bates talked to him as well. I mean, talk about what he's done with this program. He's 15-6 with them in the last 2 seasons. Took over the program in 2020. Looking for their first level 3 appearance since 1982, but they got their first playoff win since 2011. I mean, he's turned this thing around pretty quick.
Yeah, watching Coach Lindy as he was a coordinator on the offensive side coming up, and he was always really great at making adjustments on the offensive side. You could see it, and now that's carried over into his head coaching as well. And the biggest thing that he did, Wade and I have talked about this at length multiple times throughout the years, is he kind of forced the commitment to the weight room. It had to happen. And every single kid is bought into the weight room, and it's been a big deal. The program that we've run at school has been a very, very effective program. You see the kids coming, this senior class that was the class that is freshmen really, really dialed into it, and it's paid off dividends. And it's not just in football; you see it in baseball, basketball, hockey, and everything else too. But Coach Lindy was the key factor in making that weight room a priority for our athletes, and that's been a giant factor. and a lot of people that have watched Beaver Dam football throughout the years, if you would have taken a Beaver Dam football team 8-9 years ago into a team like this against KauKauna, we would have looked like a bunch of children out there.
Yep.
And KauKauna's bigger, but not much. They're just bigger by stature. I mean, they're giant humans. There's some guys out there that are just naturally giant kids. But
I don't want to do the Oklahoma drill with them.
There's no question. But we match up strength-wise. We're matching up pretty well tonight. Again, KauKauna's beating us on the ground a little bit with those 300-pounders leaning on us. But, our guys are matching up well, and the weight room's a giant, giant factor. And Coach Lindy's the key contributor to that.
That feels like the consistency, talking to different area coaches around here. I was talking to head coach Andy Ryan, who took over at Columbus this year. They've been successful all year long, and they're going up against West Salem today. Yeah. And he was like, the success starts in June and July when we're prepping for the season. Same thing with Lomira, Brian Gregory. He's not talking about when they're vying for a conference title. He's talking about, no, we put the work in July and August, before we even step onto the field with another team. So something to note, and that's something that Beaver Dam has mastered this offseason.
Yeah, they really have, and great commitment, and the other factor too is, and it comes with that weight room too, is the line play, especially on the offensive side, has been a great deal. The ability to run the football, kind of when they went out tonight, it's been tougher, obviously, but throughout the year, I mean, when you talk about having a guy for 14, Josiah Barnes has 1,400 yards rushing, and then Eli Bryant with the 20 touchdowns he's had this year throwing, that doesn't just come because of those guys. It's that line has done a great job, and again, that's that commitment to the weight room.
Tim Ladron and Corey Sparks here with you. The score is 28-13 here at halftime from Bank of KauKauna Stadium. The Galloping Ghosts out in front. Beaver Dam will get the ball in the second half. We'll step aside for another 4-minute break here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
When it comes to a winning lineup, turn to the selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam. Their team goes the extra mile to provide a winning experience, from hassle-free financing options to exceptional customer service. It's like having a dedicated cheering section cheering you on in every step of the vehicle purchase. Give the team at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam a call at 920-885-3301 or visit napleton151.com and find new roads with their winning inventory.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
Cheer. Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it is commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
This is Abby Klodowski with Klodowski Real Estate. We know leaving a home can be emotional, exciting, and scary. Whether you are downsizing, relocating, or upsizing, our family business would love the honor of walking you through the process of finding a new homeowner for the house you've loved and cared for. We look forward to the opportunity to get you through the home sale process with care and skill. If you are considering selling your home or you have questions about selling in the future, call your trusted real estate advisors at Klodowski Real Estate, 920-219-9212.
Play garage music.
Silica can make any home a smart home. Whole home wiring, speakers, and smart control make your home an oasis that anticipates your every need. Whether you're seeking comfort, entertainment, peace of mind, inspiration, or just a moment of tranquility. Existing or new construction, Silica has the skill to make any home a smart home. Silica for your home.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
White Construction is cheering on our student athletes in the community, and they want you on their winning team too. They're expanding and looking for passionate individuals who want to build their future as a team. Join a company that values teamwork, excellence, and community spirit. They're now hiring for multiple positions around Wisconsin, including general labor, fieldwork, and heavy equipment operators. Visit congruix.com to apply today and step up to the plate with White Construction. Let's build something great together.
Just a couple of minutes to go here at halftime. It is 28-13. KauKauna out in front of Beaver Dam. Beaver Dam to receive the opening kickoff for the second half. 28-13 on your Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All scoreboard alongside Tim Ladrin. Corey Sparks here with you. It's getting chilly. Looking around the region that Beaver Dam is in right now, the West Appear and Sun Prairie East locked into a close battle right now.
Yeah, 24-14 at half down at Sun Prairie. West Appear with the lead. Again, I mentioned before, West Appear and KauKauna have a pretty big rivalry, and they play each other just one of the year, and they end up seeing each other in the playoffs. Last 5 games between those two teams have been decided on the last play of the game.
You want to talk about a collision course for those two teams that could go against each other, and then you and I were just talking in the break here about the facility. This is a nice one. Sun Prairie East is unbelievable. I've driven by it. You've been there. You've been in the press box.
I mean, that's beautiful. The Beaver Dam fans that have seen it. I got a couple friends at West Appear, and they've texted me tonight going, this place is unbelievable.
Spoiled over there.
Yeah, well, and you look, and it's funny when somebody from West Appear says that, because like all the beautiful places that are up in this area for athletics, and Kimberly's, West Appear's, and KauKauna's, and all these other places, they go to Sun Prairie and go, holy cow.
Yeah, the standard has been risen.
Yeah, you can bet that that's going to West Appear fans are like, okay, we got to get this next.
I mean, how many high school football stadiums do you have seating behind the goalposts? Like, it's a full bowl pretty much, right?
Yeah, it's a full bowl pretty much. It's an open-ended bowl. It's like a horseshoe, but like that's like you don't like. I don't know if there's a D3 complex in the state that's better.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Beaver Dam taking the field. East Central Conference champs from this year. First conference championship since 1983. Looking for their first Level 3 appearance since 1982. You look up records, they've probably broken them this year. Going to need a valiant effort in the second half. But, Coach, the passing game's been phenomenal.
Yeah, it has. And you know, you get to this level and you know who you're playing, and you're going – you expect your best challenge of the year. This is the most adversity Beaver Dam's seen all year. I think they've responded pretty well. Offensively, they've been, as mentioned, they've been able to throw the ball and move the football. That's the big thing. Can they get anything going on the ground to kind of loosen up that pass rush a little bit on Eli?
I think I missed a huge opportunity. So I was Gardner Minshew, my second favorite quarterback behind Eli Bryant, for Halloween yesterday. I'm seeing Ghostbusters over here. I mean, that would have been, talk about appropriate for the time we're at right now.
Yeah, there's a couple guys in the student section, a couple seniors with the Ghostbusters costumes. That's pretty awesome.
That is phenomenal stuff. Day after Halloween, going up against a team in a field that is orange, black, and white. That's also pretty cool to set the scene there.
Yep. Had a horse running on the field to start the game.
The Ghosts.
It's great.
Eli Bryant warming up. 20 touchdowns in his senior campaign through the air. Did make a mistake at the end there. Ball slipped out of his hand. Beaver Dam was driving. Kind of got given a lifeline on a 12-men on the field call that gave them 15 yards up to the 35. But it's not like this is a lopsided game. If anything, that drive goes well. It's a one-possession game, and Beaver Dam could be tying it. The offense has been humming. It's just got to be, as we said before, through the pass while still mixing the run in there a little bit.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've mentioned in the past, too, about Eli is that, you know, he's always had the electric arm. The difference has been how well he's seen the field and how his decision-making has been so on point all year. It's got to stay that way. Don't panic yet. You're going to get the ball coming out. You can punch one in and a lot of football left. It's got to stay solid. and hopefully your defense can get a stop or two, or maybe, as Parker Blank did earlier, create a turnover.
Yeah, Blank with the interception in the first half. The leading receiver for this Golden Beavers offense, Jeffrey Freund, nearing that 100 mark in just the first half of play. Folks, we'll step aside for a 1-minute break, and then when we come back, it'll be just about time to get going for the second half. The Beavers will be receiving the ball here on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Hey Beaver Dam, let's give a huge shout out to our local student athletes and the amazing Beaver Dam football team. Celebrate every score with delicious food from Beaver Dam Food Pride. Grandpa's Sausage Kitchen has a new game day favorite, the Golden Beaver flavored brat. And don't miss tomorrow's holiday open house from 10 to 2. Get your picture with Santa, register to win amazing prizes, and enjoy samples of holiday favorites. Cheer on our student athletes and feast like champions with Beaver Dam Food Pride. Go Beavers!
When it comes to a winning lineup, turn to the selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam. Their team goes the extra mile to provide a winning experience, from hassle-free financing options to exceptional customer service. It's like having a dedicated cheering section cheering you on in every step of the vehicle purchase. Give the team at Napleton GM in Beaver Dam a call at 920-885-3301 or visit napleton151.com and find new roads with their winning inventory.
A playoff atmosphere here at Bank of KauKauna Stadium. Beaver Dam facing a 15-point deficit. They do get the ball back here. Corey Sparks, Tim Ladron here with you. It is 28-13. KauKauna out in front on your Gruber Law Office's one call. That's all scoreboard. These two sides will flip the field. And as you said earlier, Coach, no real need to panic. If you're going to claim this is a pass-heavy scenario working from behind, well, Beaver Dam's been doing that anyway.
Yeah, and again, it's Eli's done a nice job of finding some open receivers and creating some time. The line has done a pretty good job of blocking it, and the receivers have made some plays. I think, again, if you can get, whether you mentioned a screen game, whether you can get maybe some inside screens here, if you can't get the thing on the ground, just to slow that rush down a little bit, give us a little bit more time. Going to have to maybe look for some smaller passes too if they're going to play with 4 deep.
Absolutely. Saw a few of those screens to Freund. Seifert involved as well. Eli's also taken a couple deep shots. KauKauna working left to right in orange and black. Beaver Dam all white, green, and then the gold around the numbering and lettering. Ball fielded back at about the 5, up to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, back towards the 35. Jeffrey Freund on the return.
That's a good return by Jeffrey. Beaver Dam in solid field position to start this out.
And with the exception of 1 or 2 returns, they found themselves in pretty good spots all throughout the first half, starting between the 30 and 45-ish. They've had some nice returns.
Yep, but this ends up being a giant drive.
100%.
This is a must-score touchdown drive.
Eli Bryant lining up out of the shotgun. Josiah Barnes to his right, motioning Freund from right to left, all the way across, and we've got a pre-snap penalty. Laundry on the field.
First penalty against Beaver Dam on the night.
Played a very clean game. They've had a clean season. This team doesn't get penalized a whole lot.
Yep. Well, and when you got all kinds of seniors, that tends to happen.
Coach Lindy was saying this kind of feels like a full circle season, and being in the postseason now at level 2, a full circle moment. A lot of these seniors were freshmen when he was still getting his legs as head coach.
No question.
Backed up to their own 28. It's 1st and 15. Bryant out of the gun. He drops back, goes for a screen pass near Jeffrey Freund. That ball
incomplete. Officials get called it. Yep. Read the screen very well.
Second down.
That was Wyatt Romanesco jumping the route.
Yeah, even talking to Coach Liddy, through the years, he had a target on these seniors. Like he felt like when they were younger that this is going to be one of the really big groups for them, and they've obviously answered the call.
They've put together some unbelievable seasons. Eli Bryant with 20 passing touchdowns. Jeffrey Freund up near 800 receiving yards. Bryant takes the snap, hands off to Barnes. Going with the run game, he is stopped around the line of scrimmage.
Barnes on the carry. Runs into Hunter Myers.
Eli noticed it on the missed extra point where he got hit. His gait's been a little bit different.
Yeah.
And you could see it when he was walking over here to talk to Coach Lindy. He's just a little bit different gait. He's got something bothering him.
A bit of a hitch in his step, it feels like. 3rd and 16 from the 27, 11:15 to play here in the third quarter. Beaver Dam down 28-13. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bryant out of the shotgun, dropping back. Intentions to go deep. Now he steps up, runs into one of his own linemen, and then there's plenty of pressure. He's brought down at around the 28-yard line. Eli getting a gain of about 1 or 2 there. They're giving him 2.
And that's all he's going to get. And it's going to be a punt. It's a big stop for KauKauna.
In this third of the field, too. Got a good punt from Freund, although it was nullified with a 12 men on the field call towards the end of the first half here. We'll see what he's got. Jeffrey's toes on the 15. He lets go, and that is blocked up front. That ball spins out of play inside the 30.
And, they almost got the last one, and Jeffrey got rid of it. This time, Jeffrey didn't have much of a chance. He one step and kicked it, and just KauKauna right there on the block.
KauKauna showing why they've been such a dominant program this year. Matt Binsfeld, his team found themselves down 6-0 against Pulaski. A very slow start. They eventually woke up. No slow start here. The offense has been humming, and defense has been humming lately, and now special teams coming through. Ball officially marked at the 26. Bron Schaefer out of the shotgun with a halfback to his right. Early jump. False start coming up.
I don't know. This guy I thought said offsides. There's no way. Oh, no way.
I was going to say, I saw some jumping on.
Oh, boy. The right side of KauKauna. Yeah, the right side of KauKauna line jump. It's going to go against Beaver Dam.
So 1st and 5 now. Ball marked at the 21-yard line. The Galloping Ghosts with great field position coming off the blocked punt. Schaefer's going to be out of the gun with Reardon on his right hip. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Schaefer going with a screen pass. Far side has a man past the 20 up to the 15 near the 10 and pushed out of play. Kavanaugh Weinberg again.
Oh, they're going to mark. He must have went out early. It's only going to be a pickup of 4.
Forces him out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Second down.
So back over to the 17. It is 2nd and a long 1. Ball marked on the far hash. 2 receivers to the right. Schaefer with a halfback near him. He throws the screen to Weinberg near side now. He's got the first down and more. He is tied down just at about the 12-yard line.
Yep, pick up a 5. And, KauKauna just really content to just throw the little bubbles.
Kind of trusting those blockers upfield. You've been saying that Parker Shoes had some nice blocks when it's been his number getting called on that front. Shoe, obviously, someone to be trusted with that responsibility. 6', 390-pound senior. Run to the right side near the 3-yard line. Reardon.
I was kind of wondering when he was going to get a carry. But when you're getting all those RPO looks, I mean, that's a quarterback read.
Down to the 3-yard line here with 9:50 to play here in the third quarter, 28-13. 2 receivers to the left, nobody right, power to the right. Out of the gun, Schaefer. Hands off to Reardon again. Reardon splitting through the gap and across the plane. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. 34-13, the run game coming through again.
It's been the difference in the game. It really has. The ability for KauKauna to run the football pretty much whenever they want, and Beaver Dam not be able to get anything going on the ground.
It was the 2nd touchdown of the day for Aiden Reardon. 34-13, pending a PAT here to make it 35. Parker Blank got a piece of it. Came around the corner. And that is no good. 34-13 with 9:38 to play here in the third quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on 1430 ESPN and Daily Dodge TV.
See, this is all I've ever wanted. Now that the kids are all grown up, we have the retirement bliss we have always dreamt of. Still close by all the family and friends, and in the neighborhood we have called home for decades.
Luxury living has arrived to Beaver Dam. 2 and 3 bedroom condos, spacious living areas with sunset views, accompanied by your own private boat slip and 2-car garage. Located on La Crosse Street, an upcoming on-site open house is available this Saturday, November 2nd, from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit monarchlakeview.com. monarchlakeview.com.
KauKauna out in front 34-13. A blocked PAT by Parker Blank, but another touchdown, coach, for Aiden Reardon.
Yeah, after the block punt, it's a 4-play, 26-yard drive, 52 seconds off the clock. Aiden Reardon, 3-yard touchdown run. Again, blocked extra point, 34-13.
Was touchdown number 13 of the season on the ground for Reardon. Really just leaning on that offensive line, something we saw a lot of from this team in the second half against Pulaski. See if the Beaver Dam offense can respond. End-over-end kick up the far side. That is Jeffrey Freund. Trying to go horizontal here, cutting around the 25, wrestled down just after it, near the 30, but short of it.
Well, no question. Beaver Dam needs a big play somewhere. It needs some momentum. It doesn't need to be a big play touchdown. They need a big play somewhere. Get a little momentum, get a little juice on the sideline.
Say offense scored the first 2 drives of the game for Beaver Dam. Haven't been able to find an answer since. I don't know if it's just me, Coach. It feels like at least on special teams they're avoiding Parker Blank. Kind of rightfully so after what he did a week ago.
Yep. Jeffrey's not exactly a safe option.
I was going to say, pick your poison, right? Bryant out of the pistol. Fakes the handoff, drops back. Was looking deep for a second. Now he'll unleash one to Freund in triple coverage. Freund.
Gotta be
an
one.
Incomplete pass. He was hit before the ball got in. Everyone on the near sideline wants a flag. I mean, Freund was essentially run into about a second or two before that ball even got there.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the argument the official's going to make is that he had his head up and try to make a play, but I mean, it knocked Jeffrey off the ball, or off the opportunity at the ball. I don't know how it can't be a flag.
He was coming back trying to get it. Ball was slightly underthrown and definitely felt like Freund's path to that spot.
Yeah, maybe a touch late from Eli there. A little bit earlier, I think he might have had Jeffrey, but they're really those safeties really dropped. I mean, it looked like Jeffrey had one-on-one, and then both safeties ended up being there, the 3 guys on the coverage.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Out of the pistol, motioning the back, that is Blank. Now, Bryant going for the screen, that's up the middle. Brandon Morrissey getting through. Wasn't sure how much we'd see him on offense today. He came streaking across the field there, and no one tied to him.
Yeah, pick up a 23. There's the inside screen we were looking for. I think Morrissey's like, Coach, get me in there. I'm a senior. I know I'm banged up, but I need to be in there.
Yeah, putting everything out on the line. Beaver Dam marked at their own 49. Huge play for this offense. On a huge drive. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bryant out of the pistol again. Fakes the handoff, drops back. He'll plant it at his own 40. Rainbows one over to Morrissey and just overshoots it.
Yeah, Morrissey was kind of running sideline. It looked like he might have stopped his route, and Eli thought he was going to keep going there. Again, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the linebacker, I think that was Isaac Moss in coverage on him.
Sending Jeffrey deep multiple times here now and trying, it looks like they're trying to drop those safeties and get them out of the way and then try to hit something underneath it.
Mm-hmm. We saw that first in the form of a couple of screens on both sides. Now, yeah, it does feel like testing that middle part of the field on those shorter route combos. 2nd and 10 from the 49 for Beaver Dam. Empty backfield here for Eli Bryant. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Bryant dropping back, facing pressure. Looks far side to Eli Johnson. That ball nearly picked off. Hit him in the hands.
Yep. That one, they had Parker playing kind of in that almost tight end look, and they sent him and Jeffrey deep, but Jeffrey cut off his route and came back and hoping to hit a one-on-one with Parker. But again, KauKauna's right there.
KauKauna defense has looked a lot stronger since those first 2 offensive drives for Beaver Dam. 3rd and 10 here from the 49 with exactly 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 34-13. KauKauna out in front on your Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All scoreboard. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the pistol, it's Bryant. With the halfback blank behind him. Bryant fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws left. That is short. Incomplete from Eli Bryant. And blank cut across from right to left, but unable to corral that one in.
Yeah, a little misdirection screen to this near side, and might have had an opportunity there. Eli misses it just by a little bit. He knows it, too. He's mad at himself coming off.
Beaver Dam will bring the punting unit out there as Freund throwing the gear aside. It's been pressured a lot back there the last couple of punts. Got blocked on the previous attempt. This one's low. It one hops into the grip of Freund, but he lets it go. That ball bouncing near the 5, fielded and picked up at the 3.
Oh.
And a huge hit at the 10.
Remington deals.
Wow.
We've seen a lot of big hits out of him this year. That was a monster from Deals.
Introducing himself to Brody McMullen.
In the 3rd quarter, 20-7. I thought you'd like that. And the other level, Division 2.
Saw a couple of big hits against Menasha, too, specifically on special teams. Actually, me and Wade Bates were walking out of the facility right at the end, and some of the fans, even for Menasha, were going, that's the hardest hitting team we've seen all year. So
Yeah.
Beaver Dam's been physical, if nothing else. 1st and 10 from their own 13. That's where KauKauna starts their drive. Schaefer hands off. Up the middle and a cut to the right side for a gain of a few.
Kress on the carry.
Kress brings it out to the
Kyle Kress.
line, 2nd down.
It's been the 3-headed monster out of the backfield. It's been Schaefer by himself, Reardon and Kress. I feel like it's really just been Reardon and Kress so far. Schaefer hasn't taken it off to run himself a whole lot today.
Hasn't really needed to.
That's fair. Very fair. 2nd and 7. He keeps it that time and is wrapped down for minimal gain.
Yeah, bad idea to run at Vitesse.
Yeah.
You probably should have given that one up.
Not one of our main recommendations. Gavin Vitesse leading this team in sacks this year with 4. Has a tackle for loss. 70 tackles on the season. That's a team high.
All right, get a stop here on 3rd down. Get the ball back.
With possibly good field position, too. 3rd and 5 from the 18. Hot dog counter still at 0. That's okay. I'm not begging. I'm just stating facts. Hot chocolate counter also at 0.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably a better call tonight.
3rd and 5, Beaver Dam side of the sideline, getting loud. From the 18, Schaefer out of the gun. Halfback on his left hip. Schaefer goes screen outside, has a man. Is tied down right near the 25. And that moves the chains. Weinberg again.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it a lot tonight. He's got 8 catches for 59 yards. It's just all that little bubble. And we mentioned not seeing any running out of Schaefer. Well, it's all that short passing game. He hasn't had to scramble.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of been the persona of Weinberg, we were saying before. Those aren't the vertical shots. Those have been going to Parker Shue. 8 receptions already for number 1. This time a run up the middle for a couple of yards, coming from the 24-yard line.
Kress with the carry.
Kress with a gain of about, give him 4.
Sounds good to me.
Ball's placed at the 27-yard line, 2nd down.
even those little 3-4 yard runs have been really effective for them just to set themselves up at 2nd and 6. That's a pretty good spot for them.
They've never really faced, at least to this point, 2nd and long, 3rd and extra long.
Right.
Everything's been manageable. 2 receivers to the left, power to the right. Schaefer handing off again. That O-line pushing forward. This time Reardon on the carry. And they give him a gain of about 4.
Yeah, KauKauna's really dominated the early downs on both sides since the start of the second quarter.
That offensive line flexing their muscles again. 3rd and 3 from the 27. Big spot here for the Beaver Dam defense. Much more condensed look up front. Schaefer out of the gun, power to the right again. Schaefer hands off. Morrissey and a couple of other defenders looking to make a stop. See where they mark that forward progress.
Reardon with Gary.
Okay. Yeah, Morrissey, Seaford in there as well, I think.
Got him at 4th and 1. At their own 33. I know this offense has been moving, but you think about the implications. If they can get a stop here.
Yeah, no question. I mean, there's been 0 negative plays tonight for them.
Condensed look again. 2 receivers to the right, power to the right. And a timeout from Beaver Dam. A McKinstry's Home Furnishings timeout from Brock Lindy. Probably a pretty good time to use one of those. Huge, huge play here, especially if they can get a stop and flip the possession arrow back over.
Yeah, it's a giant play. There's no question. They hit Parker Blank was pretty deep on that. And I wonder if they were maybe thinking quick kick.
Pooch punt.
But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know it's deep in KauKauna territory at the 33, but, I don't blame KauKauna for going for this either because, I mean, you can really kind of drive a nail into Beaver Dam, and Beaver Dam has not been able to stop them.
Just 4:43 to play here in the third quarter, too. I mean, this team, all the more motivating to go run heavy for the Galloping Ghost. They've got that dominant offensive line. The run game has been their calling card the last 6 or 7 quarters of the postseason here. And no question it would help them chew the clock. See if I'd be curious if they went pooch punt. Again, like you say, though, why would you? They haven't had any real negative yardage plays at all.
Update from Sun Prairie, a 60-yard fake punt touchdown for West De Pere. 31-14 West De Pere over Sun Prairie East.
Pulling the tricks out, the 3 seed.
Yeah, got to be a false start in there.
I was going to say some pre-snap motion and not the good kind. False start, that's huge. All right, now what? Back to the 28.
Force the punt.
4th and 6. A very good chance for Beaver Dam to get not only the ball back, but some decent field position here.
They big thing here is don't allow a fake.
Yeah.
Gonna get the ball here, be solid.
Tucker Hoffman, the punter. Parker Blank, all by his lonesome at the Beaver Dam 33. How's the kickoff? 78 yards last week against Menasha. Ball takes a hop at the 39. Blank just has to watch it roll all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that ball's rolling. Parker's thinking about taking that thing and going.
The risk reward.
Probably the right decision, but he wants to make a play.
He has been a lightning rod for them. Again, a pick today, 2 picks in the last 2 games. Had the kickoff return for a touchdown. Gets used out of the backfield from time to time. They'll line him up out wide. I mean, you've got to be versatile in high school sports, but I feel like he and Brandon Morrissey, too, those are 2 guys. They'll just play him anywhere.
Yep. And, and Beaver Dam wants to play 2 platoon. They want to have 22 starters, but some guys you just can't do it. They've got to be on the field.
Too valuable. Beaver Dam starts at their own 18-yard line. Eli Bryant out of the pistol, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. A little option run to the left. He pitches to Barnes, who was pushed down right around the line of scrimmage.
And again, I mean, You talk about Josiah Barnes, who is gotten it out. He's battling a hamstring here. But, 1,400 yards on the year, 6 carries for 7 yards tonight.
It's a testament to how dominant this team can be up front on both ends, really. Beaver Dam has stuck to the run. They've sprinkled it in here and there. 2nd and 10 from their own 18, 3:52 to go here in the third quarter. Throwing motion right to left. Bryant does not hand it off to him. He looks far side, has a man past the 20, up near the 22, tied down around the 23. And that was Seifert.
74 are down the
Be a pickup of 4.
Ball plays at the 22-yard line.
Seifert with 5 catches on the night. That's his season high.
Getting some involvement there. That's another guy they will have presumably returning next year.
Only a sophomore.
That's phenomenal. The level of involvement he's had, just has an underclassman. 3rd and 6 here from the 22. Bryant looks to his sideline. Out of the pistol. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Throwing staggered.
There's a lot of miscommunication here. Guys look a little confused what's going on in the call.
Saw a couple shoulder shrugs. Bryant rolling out to his left, throwing sidearmed, has a man near the 25-yard line. And Seifert again.
He got hit hard. He gets back up, but that's only a pickup of 3, and it's going to set up a 4th and 3.
Got half of what they needed with just 2:35 to go here in the third quarter. And we'll see a personnel change.
Yeah, punt it away. That's a tough call. I mean,
it is.
I mean, do you go for it on your own 25?
If you're 15 yards further in front, absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
But you understand that you're down 3 scores, but it is only a third quarter yet. But, that's a tough call. It's a tough one for Coach Lindy to make.
Throwing booms one away. Takes a side hop right around the 43 and skips back up to the 46. Looked like my 9-iron. I can't put any spin on mine.
I was going to say. I know, so sure.
Blade mine. Mine would have just kept going. McKenna Nelson's 9-iron.
Yeah, go with that. Yeah. Let's see here. 46.
Yeah, they will start their drive at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, you got to give KauKauna a lot of credit because it looked like we were going to be able to move the football all night. And KauKauna's really done a nice job of making adjustments.
First 5 drives between these two teams, we saw 5 touchdowns. Galloping Ghosts have played a lot better on defense since then. Huge hit at around the 48. KauKauna out into plus territory.
Morrissey with the big stick.
By Brandon Morrissey on the stop.
You brought this up a couple times, Coach, but just the guys that are out there that they know this could be their last game, but they're banged up.
Yep.
Morrissey, Barnes, credit to them for playing a lot of snaps,
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and really, it's been a team that has avoided the injury bug most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was a tough one.
Schaefer out of the gun, 2 receivers to the left, halfback on his right. Pump fake, now Schaefer going deep. Looking for a man, underthrows him, but Weinberg able to reel it in. And he is pushed out past Parker Shue, pushed out past the 15.
Yeah, you knew at some point they were going to try that. They've done it. They've thrown that bubble so much. And it picks up 33. That gets Schaefer over 100 yards on the night.
Similar to what we saw from Eli Bryant a couple times in the first half, that pump fake to the screen and then going deep on it. 1:08 to play in the third quarter. KauKauna driving down to the Beaver Dam 15. Out of the gun, Schaefer. He hands off to Kress. Kress cuts up towards the far sideline, past the 10, past the 5, near the pylon. Stopped just short.
Schaefer does a nice job of getting out there and helping on block and a lead blocker on that cutback. Pick up a 13.
All the way up to the 2 with exactly 1 minute to play here in quarter number 3. . Schaefer out of the gun. Kress to his right. Hands off to Kress, and he scampers into the end zone untouched. Another touchdown for the Galloping Ghosts.
Kress' third touchdown of the night.
5 between him and Reardon, I believe.
Yep.
Wow. Now those two, they've had their way. The run game, it's been something this team has relied on, especially these last couple of weeks. PAT on the way. Beaver Dam blocked the last one. This one is up and true. It is 41-13 here with 56 seconds to play in the third quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Today's business environment demands that you stand out from the crowd. At National Exchange Bank and Trust, we offer products and services to help you do just that. Our knowledgeable commercial lenders will partner with you to evaluate the unique needs of your business and provide you with the ultimate business solution. Our independence is your greatest asset. Learn more at nebat.com. National Exchange Bank and Trust, serving businesses in Wisconsin since 1933. Member FDIC.
56 seconds to play in the third quarter. Corey Sparks, Tim Ladron here with you. It is 41-13. Coach, the Ghosts striking again.
Yeah, 4 plays, 54 yards, only a minute and 6 off the clock. Kyle Kress' third touchdown of the evening. It's a 2-yarder. Kick is good. 41-13 KauKauna.
Beaver Dam set to get the ball back here, see if they can find an answer. Looking for their first score since the first quarter. Squibber here takes his first skip at the 30, rolls all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Freund stutters at the 20, up to the 25, swivels through a couple more defenders, and is tied down just in front of the 30-yard line.
Going down the return.
Yeah, you know, obviously things aren't going the way of Beaver Dam right now, but you still have an opportunity here to try to make a few plays, try to get it interesting again.
I mean, reference back to that first quarter, a time where it looked like these two teams were going to pace each other and were pacing each other. KauKauna's just made more stops as of late.
Yep.
Freund motion left to right. It's a handoff up the middle from Eli Bryant. One of the better runs we've seen so far for Beaver Dam, all the way up to about the 35 for Josiah Barnes.
Yeah, that was a great run there. Pickup of 6.
Didn't really get hit for the first few yards either. Got through about 4 or 5 yards before that first point of contact. "25 seconds to play in the third quarter, likely just 1 or 2 more plays. A handoff to Brandon Morrissey, his first rush. He stretches forward near the line of gain, and he's got it right near the 39.
Well, maybe not.
Oh, going back to measure. One member of the chain game was ready to move.
What's going on here? They gave it to the first down, but then they haven't changed the first down markers. But the down marker says first down.
Right.
So because they're going to hold it because of the end of the quarter.
Gotcha. I was going to say either that or it's first and an inch, Coach. I guess that whichever one makes more sense. After 3 quarters, it is 41-13. KauKauna out in front. Beaver Dam with the ball. We'll step aside for 1 minute here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
On to the fourth quarter of play from Bank of KauKauna Stadium. Beaver Dam granted the first down on that prior play back at their own 39. Eli Bryant has a man over the middle, had a man over the middle. Isaac Monheim had the ball ripped away from him by number 5. That was Luke Tetzlaff.
Yeah, it was a good pass by Eli, and Monheim and Tetzlaff both kind of fighting for the ball there, and Tetzlaff does a good job of ripping it away, but a good effort by Monheim there.
2nd and 10 from the 39. I don't know if my co-host for the Damn Sports Show, Wally Lukashinsky, is listening, but if he is, I did get some insight on our little one-on-one battle from a varsity boys basketball coach on my right, and I will gatekeep him because I'm down 1-0 in the series. Before the 14:30 ESPN Beaver Dam Slam at the Dam in a couple of weeks, myself or Wally Lukashinsky will have to attend a practice and be a part of a practice. A huge throw for over to Brandon Morrissey. He catches it at the 45 and plus territory and is pushed forward near the 35. Marked at the 38.
Pick up a 23, and I'm telling you, you cannot be more impressed than I am at Brandon Morrissey. His toughness to come out here. And again, plan wasn't be on offense, but second half, he's like, I'm sure he told Coach, hey, I got to get out there. He's made a couple big plays on offense.
Someone who wants to be a part of this team as much as possible here in what could be the final quarter. Beaver Dam driving, though, up to the 38. Handoff. Now that ball's on the ground. Eli has to jump on it. I believe he retained it. Tough exchange there.
That's going to end up being a loss of 6.
Is that just an option where two guys weren't on the same page?
Yeah, I think so.
Brent recovers, loss of a few, moving him back to the 43-yard line.
It's a 2nd and 16. It's a tough spot for Beaver Dam, but you got to keep taking shots here. And there's no way they're punting the rest of the way. So
exactly. On the right side of the field. 10:47 to play. Eli Bryant in a much more condensed set. Out of the shotgun. Double fake handoff. He rolls to his right, throws over the outstretched arms of Isaac Monheim.
And Monheim got hit, and he is down.
6'8", 260 pounds, and just a bit too high for him. And Monheim on his back currently. My co-host for the Damn Sports Show, who I am playing in one-on-one in a best-of-3 series. The loser gets to attend a Tim Ladron practice, whatever that may entail. Just informed me that I learned what a stretch 5 is. I've actually known what a stretch 5 is for a while, and I didn't face one, but I did lose. So we'll take with that information what you will.
It's going to be it'll be fun designing
you do what you want with that.
A little bit of practice for you guys.
We're going to hand the reins off, put us through a workout.
All right, Isaac's going to get up. Hobbling a little bit, but looks like he's ready to go. Good for him. Good effort trying to go up and get that one.
Yeah, just a bit too tall for him, and then kind of got upended on the way back down. Well, 4 down territory, pretty much regardless of where you're at this point. So you don't need all 15 yards at once, but Beaver Dam facing a 3rd and 15 from the 43 here.
It's 3rd down.
Eli Bryant out of the pistol. Barnes behind him. Fake handoff, shovel. Bryant rolling to his right, unleashes one by the near sideline, and it's broken up. Intended for Seifert.
Pretty good ball from Eli. He puts it in a pretty good spot, but it's good coverage and a tough catch for Ashton there. Just really nice coverage by KauKauna.
There's Jacek Beyer and Sam DiPiazza in on the coverage. 4th and 15. Now they do need it all at once.
Yep.
A team that was able to take some vertical shots with success in the first couple of drives here. See what they can dial up.
Make some noise for that defense.
KauKauna's got 5 guys lined up at the first down marker.
Bryant out of the gun. Halfback to his left. Eli shuffling, throws near the line to gain, and that is picked off by number 43, Isaac Moss, who cuts across the 40 and is put to the ground near the 45. Another turnover for that KauKauna defense.
Well, again, if those 5 guys at the first down marker doesn't leave you a lot of opportunity to find somebody else open. And, Eli was running out of time, and there wasn't much he could do. He tried to force one in or try to make a play and gets intercepted. And we talked about Moss earlier. He's a kid that makes plays.
Absolutely. Had 3 tackles in the last game. That's his second pick of the year. Beaver Dam players down, getting some assistance here. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Hey Beaver Dam, let's give a huge shout out to our local student athletes and the amazing Beaver Dam football team. Celebrate every score with delicious food from Beaver Dam Food Pride. Grandpa's Sausage Kitchen has a new game day favorite, the Golden Beaver flavored brat. And don't miss tomorrow's holiday open house from 10 to 2. Get your picture with Santa, register to win amazing prizes, and enjoy samples of holiday favorites. Cheer on our student athletes and feast like champions with Beaver Dam Food Pride. Go Beavers!
Caleb Desarn, one of the offensive linemen, being helped off the field here. Number 65 went down on that last play. That ended up being a pick on a 4th and 15.
Got help, but was walking, but with some help.
Possession arrow back over to the Galloping Ghost. Bron Schaefer throwing an out route on the near side by midfield. Has a man. That time it is number 7, Pearson Bauer. First catch for him today.
Jenkins on the stop at the 49-yard line, second down.
Schaefer, short passing game, 12 of 15 through the air today.
Yeah, a lot of high percentage throws. Took a shot last drive that he connected on. 2nd and 4 from the 49 with 9:35 to play here in this one. Schaefer out of the gun again. This time bluffs the throw and hands off. Hard hit by Morrissey. Kress driven down just short of a line to gain.
Morrissey on the stop.
Oh,
Balls at the
might have spoken too soon. They are going to move the chains.
That's enough for Ghost. First down.
And Kress, 13 carries for 75 yards. He's approaching 100 as well.
Yeah, he's had a really nice day.
3 touchdowns.
Had 2 last game. KauKauna's been able to mix between those 2 backs pretty much all game between Kress and Reardon. As you said, Coach, Schaefer hasn't really been put in a spot where he's had to run a whole lot. His jersey looks pretty clean at the moment. Schaefer dropping back, taking a vertical shot. And that is caught. What a catch down the middle of the field, all the way down near the 15-yard line.
It's a 38-yard pickup. Great coverage by Parker Blank.
Yeah, just a great throw. Phenomenal catch. I believe that was Verbenkauer on the catch there, was trying to get the number as he got back up.
Yeah,
this pass too tall for Bauer.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Second down.
Verbenkauer, kind of that split end. They keep motioning him left to right in the backfield. I think they sent him on a seam there.
The bad news is no more free hot chocolate. The good news is all meat is 50 or $1.
I just hear there was free hot chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
What are we doing? Was being the key word.
Apparently it's all gone.
Yeah. Oh, I would have rather not known that. Handoff up the middle, a cut to the left, and another touchdown for the Galloping Ghosts.
Lathan Hurst. It's his first carry of the game. And it is a 18-yard touchdown. Sorry, 13-yard touchdown.
Coach Binsfeld starting to dig into the depth chart a little bit here. That's her second touchdown of the season. It is 47-13 on your Gruber Law Office's one call, that's all scoreboard. PAT coming up. With 8:09 to play, the PAT is good. It is 48-13. KauKauna has managed to put up now 34 unanswered and really piling it on here in the second half, kind of dipping into the depth chart. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
See, this is all I've ever wanted. Now that the kids are all grown up, we have the retirement bliss we have always dreamt of. Still close by all the family and friends, and in the neighborhood we have called home for decades.
Luxury living has arrived to Beaver Dam. 2 and 3 bedroom condos, spacious living areas with sunset views, accompanied by your own private boat slip and 2-car garage. Located on La Crosse Street, an upcoming on-site open house is available this Saturday, November 2nd from 10 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit monarchlakeview.com. monarchlakeview.com.
Lathan Hurst with the most recent touchdown, coach, to make it 48-13. KauKauna putting another one up on the board.
5 plays, 62 yards, 2:07 off the clock. Lathan Hurst, 13-yard touchdown run. 48-13, we're going to have a running clock here. An update from Sun Prairie. It looks like it's going to be a KauKauna West Appear matchup again. 38-14 West Appear over Sun Prairie East.
Be a 3 seed against a 1 seed, and 34 unanswered right now for this Galloping Ghost offense, and no sign of free hot chocolate on the away side of the sidelines. That is one of those, what is it, ignorance is bliss? Yeah. I did not need to know that they ran out. I didn't need to know there was any to begin with. I'll be frank. End over end kick from the 40 to the far side. Fielded that time by Blank, who gets passed up the 15 up to the 20, 25-30, 35-40. Pushing the pile.
Good effort by Park.
Showing off the toughness there. Great field position for the Golden Beavers offense. She'll march back out there all the way up to the 41.
And the clock is running. And let's see if this offense can put one in here. Get a little, something positive coming out of this last drive here.
Yeah.
Be awesome to see him score one here.
We're getting the chance to get to know Coach Lindy and what he's built this year as we've got a snap back to Bryant, handoff up to the middle to Josiah Barnes for a huge gain. He lunges across midfield past the 49, and that's good enough for a first down on the run up the middle. The thing that he's told me more times than I can count now is how proud he is to be the coach of Beaver Dam and the coach of this group that has accomplished so much, relative to years past where this team had a few under 500 seasons. He's really flipped the script for him.
Right, yeah, and I mean, it's certainly a season we haven't seen in a long, long time, and nobody's going to forget that. And it's been a tremendous season for this group.
Just under 7 minutes to play. Another handoff to Josiah Barnes. Starting to stack up the rushing yards. He's pushed down around the 41, now in plus territory.
Pick up of 8. As KauKauna has, it's like a lot of their 2s in there right now.
Yep. Giving those guys experience here in a level 2 atmosphere. Under 6.5 minutes to play. Bryant fakes the handoff, drops back, looking deep. Over the top, has his man for a touchdown. And that is Jeffrey Freund. Getting the separation on his man, cutting right by the safety while he's at it. Touchdown, Golden Beavers. They've got 19, and there's some of that life we're looking for. It didn't take too long. A sequence of good runs to set it up too, Coach.
Yeah, and, and if that ends up being, the final score for Beaver Dam, that's pretty, the word I'm looking for. I mean, it's something that's happened a lot.
It's fitting,
yeah, very fitting. It is very fitting. And Jeffrey with a great catch, another great ball by Eli. Just a really nice play.
You want to talk about one of the better 1-2 punches, or I guess just connections in the state this year. Eli Bryant to Jeffrey Freund. Heard that a lot. The Beavers going for 2. Bryant rolls out to his right, throws, and pass interference on what was, for the time being, an incomplete pass. Pass was intended for Zach Shave off the edge. That's 9 wait. How many touchdowns for Freund today? Was that 1 or 2?
That is 1
okay,
for him
1
tonight.
So
yeah.
9 touchdown connections between those two alone
Yep.
out of the 21 that Eli has thrown this year. Yep. That's something we've seen a lot.
Let's hear your defense.
Beaver Dam will go for 2 again. A handoff up the middle, leap, and he breaks the plane. Brandon Morrissey talked about the toughness and how he's gotten more and more involved in this offense the last couple of drives. He converts for 2. It is 48-21 with 6:17 to play. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Today's business environment demands that you stand out from the crowd. At National Exchange Bank and Trust, we offer products and services to help you do just that. Our knowledgeable commercial lenders will partner with you to evaluate the unique needs of your business and provide you with the ultimate business solution. Our independence is your greatest asset. Learn more at nebat.com. National Exchange Bank and Trust, serving businesses in Wisconsin since 1933. Member FDIC.
.6:17 to play. Beaver Dam scoring a touchdown. That one was for the hot chocolate vendors. That's what I'm going to tell myself. But Beaver Dam getting back on the scoreboard, Coach.
3 plays, 59 yards, 151 off the clock. Eli Bryant to Jeffrey Freund. 41-yard touchdown pass. 2-point run by the Moose is good. 48-21.
Nice job capitalizing there. Getting the run game going a bit here. As you said, KauKauna putting some of their twos out there. Josiah Barnes. Some of the longer gains he's seen on the ground so far today. Onside kick for Beaver Dam. That is fielded at about the 41 of KauKauna. That was number 13, Brock Verbenkauer.
Running clock, 6 minutes left.
Starting on the ref signal there, so down to 5:55 as KauKauna's going to take their time before each play here. And you brought up a great point, Coach. If that is the last drive for Beaver Dam, how fitting.
Yep.
Eli Bryant to Jeffrey Freund, as we've seen more than any other connection in Beaver Dam so far this football season. 5.5 minutes to play, ball on the 41. Snap out of the pistol and a handoff to number 23, Mohammed Job.
23, Mohammed Job with the catch.
Boy, he's got some wheels.
I was
He's
going to
quick.
say, wait a minute, now we're all the way down to their RB4.
He's
and
quick.
Yeah. Broke to the outside left and got the first down on his first touch. Just under 5 minutes to play. Up to the 48 of Beaver Dam after the run for Job.
KauKauna taking their time in the huddle.
The backup in Chase Broderick is out there too. Backup signal caller for the Galloping Ghosts. 4:30 to play. Back judge giving the 5-second signal. And the handoff to Job again. He cuts outside, then back in. Stopped by Westover and a couple of other defenders. Remington deals as well at about the 47.
47-yard line.
It's a pickup of 2.
99, Mason Grow on the stop. And second down.
His senior Avery Femright into the game now at safety. Avery's a guy who's battled a broken foot all year.
Wow.
And came back and played a couple snaps on senior night, and then has been out and going to get a few snaps here. It's good to see. Good kid. It's bad injury luck.
If that's not a testament to someone's toughness who wants to be a part of this football team still.
Yep.
And just to get out there.
Yep.
3:35 to play.
Delay a game.
Yep. Back judge calling it. The PA system, like my odds of getting a free hot chocolate. That is the last time I'll mention it. Seem to be kind of faltering here. Back them up 5 more yards, so 2nd and 14 officially.
Caleb Clapper, a senior, into the game. Jacoby Hiley back in.
Just under 3 minutes to play. There's the 5-second signal from the judge again. Handoff to Job, who is stifled. Vitens in on the stop with a couple of others. He's back at about the 45. Lost a couple. 46.
It looks like they've got it's an all-senior defense out there right now.
And, Coach, regardless of what were to happen today, and the offense showed out plenty in the first quarter, was lining up with them a bit, this is a season that 10, 20, 30 years from now, a lot of people are going to look back on and go, wow, what progress they made year over year even.
Yep, no question. No question. They came out fighting. They could have rolled over when KauKauna scored that first touchdown, but they came right back and punched it in.
Broderick throwing outside the numbers to his right, overshoots his man. I believe that was John Voet. Yeah, they definitely could have.
Yeah, and that's the type of team that they've had this year, and that's a big credit not just to the staff, but this senior class that's been done such a nice job of leading this group.
The 4th time in Beaver Dam high school football history that a team has gone out and gotten 9 wins. And again, that kind of accounts those shorter seasons when you really go back into early 1900s, 1800s, late 1800s. But so much to be proud of. Conference champs for the first time in 41 years. First playoff win in over a decade. There were so many boxes that this team checked off.
Right.
When you go way back to August or July or whenever Coach Lindy put those goals up for the full season. Another flag here.
Yep, there's a delay flag. And it's I've never really realized this, but it's actually now they got to stop the clock. It looks like Beaver Dam's going to take a timeout. Actually, it looks like.
Get the ball back one more time.
Yep.
McKinstry's Home Furnishings timeout for the Golden Beavers.
Because otherwise, it looks like Coach wants to get one more shot with the ball here. Because with that running clock at 35, you throw a flag, and that clock just keeps running.
True, yeah.
If that's the deal, that's kind of a smart play by KauKauna, just to limit plays and not get anybody else hurt.
Yeah. It's going to be KauKauna and West De Pere in level 3. That'll be the quarters. And what a dangerous team this is going to be. I mean,
yeah, you could certainly see with especially their defense that this is a team that could make it the whole way, no question. They played West De Pere earlier in the year, beat them here 35-31. West De Pere's a team that throws it all over the map.
Just a team that's adjusted really well on defense. Gave up that opening drive score to Pulaski and then gave up 7 points the rest of the game. Kind of the same thing here. Got hit early. Deep throw up the right side. Incomplete. Turnover on downs on the incomplete pass. Beaver Dam's offense will march out onto the field one last time. 58 seconds to play.
And they're going to put a senior lineup out there on offense too, it looks like.
The nod from Coach Lindy to those players that have been a part of his system for 4 years. Just the second time he'd be able to say that. This is his 5th season at the helm. This is a group he has really gotten to know and has a lot of respect for.
Yep, and they've battled. And again, a lot of the success of this group has been, or of this team has been because of the seniors and their work ethic, and the hope there is that, and you'd think it would, and because of the rest of the underclassmen, that they follow that lead now that as they leave.
And this crowd knows that, getting the thank you seniors chant going. I mean, you think even back to the last time this team won a conference championship, that's 41 different teams that gave it a go, and a lot of members, whether they be players, former coaches, parents, they've been following this team's journey, going, look at what this unit is and has accomplished.
Yep.
58 seconds to play. Another handoff to Barnes. Huge gain, pushing the pile past the 30-yard line for a gain of double digits.
Yeah, nice pickup at 12 for Josiah.
Beaver Dam working with some urgency. The all-senior lineup out there, 35 seconds to play. Eli back out of the pistol, Josiah behind him. One receiver right, one left. Another handoff to Barnes. Barnes breaking free and getting pushed out of play right around the 20-yard line. Running clock still, so it's down to 20.
Another pickup of 9.
10 seconds as Beaver Dam scampers up to snap that ball. Likely one last time, 5 seconds now. One last snap and a handoff to Morrissey, who pushes up past the 15 as the clock reads 3 zeros. It is 48-21. Beaver Dam writing the last page of a record-breaking season and putting a valiant effort forward, but KauKauna too much, and they move on to level 3. Coach, for the 4th time in the last 5 years, they have built something very special over there.
Yeah, and that's that's where Beaver Dam wants to get to, and it's good to see this for the kids that will be around, after this year. But a valiant effort by our guys tonight. KauKauna's just too much tonight.
KauKauna defending their home field for the 2nd straight game in the playoffs. They will move on to face West De Pere in level 3 of play, the quarterfinals for the Division II bracket. Folks, we'll step aside for a 4-minute break and put a bow on this one. 48-21 the score on your Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All scoreboard on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we'd like to thank our Swedish friends for bringing the buffet to America. They called it the smorgasbord, but it was a success anyway. So we started our own buffet and loaded it up with pizza, chicken, sides, salads, and cactus bread. And you can even request any pizza you want anytime you visit. We call it Buffet Your Way, because smorgasbord your way, well, that doesn't rhyme at all. Pizza Ranch.
Check out your local Pizza Ranch in Beaver Dam, Watertown, or Waupun, or check out pizzaranch.com.
This is Abby Klodowski with Klodowski Real Estate. We know leaving a home can be emotional, exciting, and scary. Whether you are downsizing, relocating, or upsizing, our family business would love the honor of walking you through the process of finding a new homeowner for the house you've loved and cared for. We look forward to the opportunity to get you through the home sale process with care and skill. If you are considering selling your home or you have questions about selling in the future, call your trusted real estate advisors at Klodowski Real Estate, 920-219-9212.
There's a lot of great teams in our area to cheer for this season, but why not join another winning team, McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We've got quite the strong returning lineup this year with quick lift chairs, strong lazy boys, and comforting sectionals and sofas. At McKinstry's, we can even frame your favorite sports memorabilia like pictures and jerseys. Stop in and shop with another winning home team today. McKinstry's Home Furnishings.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
Play garage music.
Silica can make any home a smart home. Whole home wiring, speakers, and smart control make your home an oasis that anticipates your every need. Whether you're seeking comfort, entertainment, peace of mind, inspiration, or just a moment of tranquility. Existing or new construction, Silica has the skill to make any home a smart home. Silica for your home.
American drivers overpay an average of $368 per year on their auto insurance. Why? Because, well, insurance is hard. It's complicated. It's time-consuming to get quotes from multiple companies, so we overpay. Or we call Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Make one call and receive a quote from a great company like Auto Owners Insurance. The team at Richards Insurance will literally do all the work for you. So if you could be saving money each month with an Auto Owners Insurance policy, you'll know about it. How much will you save with Richards Insurance? To find out, call Richards Insurance or stop in at 123 North Spring Street, downtown Beaver Dam. With offices in Columbus, Watertown, West Bend, and Oshkosh. With over 50 employees and hundreds of years insurance experience across 5 offices, you'll get full-service counseling with no obligation. Your auto owner's insurance carrier is Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Call 887-1615.
We'll be there with you. Richards Insurance of Beaver Dam.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.
48-21, the official final. KauKauna taking down Beaver Dam in Level 2 of play. The Galloping Ghosts will go on to take on West De Pere in Level 3. Beaver Dam writing the last page of a historic season. Corey Sparks, Tim Ladron on hand for you. Coach, the stats for the game.
Yeah, total yardage, KauKauna wins 402 to 278 for Beaver Dam. For KauKauna on the ground, they get 258 yards on the ground. Aiden Reardon, 18 carries for 156 and 2 touchdowns. And Kyle Kress gets 13 carries for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns. Through the air, Bron Schaefer is 13 of 18 for 154, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. For Beaver Dam, 278, 71 on the ground, and really a lot of that came at the end. And it was tough sledding on the ground tonight. Josiah Barnes, 11 carries for 53 yards. Eli Bryant, 6 for 6. Parker Blank, 1 for 2. Brandon Morrissey, 2 for 10. Bryant is 17 of 33 for 207, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Jeffrey Freund, 5 catches for 140 and a touchdown. Wow. Ashton Seifert, 6 for 30. Eli Johnson, 2 for 27. Jarek Westover, 1 for 8 and a touchdown. Parker Blank, 1 for 2. And Brandon Morrissey, 2 for 46.
You know, Coach, I've had the pleasure of running camera with you guys for a few games, but you've been here for every single one this year and years past as well. Yeah. I kind of want to give you the floor a little bit just to speak on the legacy that this group is going to put down into history.
Well, it's been, what he said, 2011, right, is the last time. And that was for those of you that remember, that was the R.J. Shelton junior year, Jake Hoyer and the Schmidt boys and those kids. And that was a great team. This one is very much right up there with that one. I mean, this team accomplished a conference championship. I think the best thing that, I mean, there's been a lot of great things we said about this group, but I'm most impressed with the way they answered tonight. KauKauna comes down, they get the opening kickoff, and everybody knows KauKauna and the Fox Valley Association and how good they are and all those other things and the record that they've had over the last few years. And KauKauna comes right down the field and really punches us in the mouth and scores quickly. We respond right away with a touchdown. And that back and forth, touchdown game showed a lot of character by our guys. When you get to this level and you get beat, essentially get beat by a team that's they're better than us, and they just are. But you battled and you did the things that you're supposed to do. Eventually, you can hang your head high on those things. And this group accomplished a lot. It set a very high bar for the guys coming up through the program.
And I think that's the big goal, right, is that this was a great year. Last year, they broke 500 and went into the playoffs again, and we're playing really competitive football. It's not supposed to stop here. Now It's up to those underclassmen that are going to turn into juniors, those juniors that are going to turn into seniors next year, to live up to that standard and keep competitive, above 500 playoff football going in Beaver Dam.
Well, you're right. And I know Coach Lindy knows this and everything else, but that's the difference between a good team and a great program, right? And Coach Lindy's on that. You could see it. They made the playoffs last year. They made a great run this year, won a conference title, and they've got they lose a ton of seniors, but they've got a good junior class up here. They've got a couple sophomores that start. They've got a JV2 program that went 6-2 this year, and a JV program that went 8-1. This is a team that's set up for constant success. And that's the sign of a great program, and that's what Coach Lindy's built here, and he's done a really good job of it. And you can't take away just how great this senior class was for this group, and the legacy that they leave behind will be left to the younger guys to show.
Hats off to Coach Lindy. Hats off to this Beaver Dam football program. Falling short today, 48-21 against a juggernaut of a program that's already making a deep run and could go all the way. I mean, they definitely could with the seeding they got, with the fact they've been here at home, with the fact they've had such a tough schedule up to this part. I do want to declare Wade the hot dog king because I guess I was the changing factor. We got nothing. I mean, you are the hot dog kings, but I skewed the data. We got nothing.
I'll be honest. Like, and tonight was tough. It was a packed house, and calling a game from as low as we were and everything else. It just was one of those things that we just had to stay dialed into what was going on, which was probably better for everybody. They didn't need to hear about the whole hot dog.
That's true. They said they heard me complaining about hot chocolate for the entirety of the fourth quarter. Shout out to the PA announcer here. But, great night for football. We definitely got, I think, the best taste of football weather. It was cold. We could all see our breath, and Beaver Dam, quite literally leaving it all on the field.
Yeah, and again, somebody like Brandon Morrissey is the perfect example of what this senior class is. I mean, banged up, the separated shoulder comes in and plays the way he did tonight. You feel for a guy like Brock Mullenbach, who was an do everything guy, for Beaver Dam, defense, offense, the long snapper, the whole deal. Losing him and not be able to play his last game, you really feel for him. But boy, did he leave a mark. And all these seniors, we talked about the offensive line. It's a senior-heavy offensive line. Just the way these guys competed and represented themselves and represented Beaver Dam High School, I think Beaver Dam community's got a lot to be proud of.
Couldn't have said it better. A huge shout-out to our high school fall sports sponsors here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. That is Columbus Family Dental, Hometown Glass and Improvement, the Beaver Dam Unified School District, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Klodowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Pizza Ranch of Beaver Dam, the Park Village Shopping Center, Richards Insurance, Preferred Dental Partners, Napleton 151, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly, Gruber Law Offices, Beaver Dam Tire and Service and Mayville Tire and Service, Air Care, Jerry's BP, Silica for Your Home, Moraine Park Technical College, Spartan Flooring, Gardner Manufacturing, BD Food Pride, National Exchange Bank, and Monarch Lakeview Condos. The Napleton 151 drive of the game, I would be remiss if I didn't bring that up. If it's going to be Beaver Dam, I would say it was the response right away because of what could have happened. But in general, I guess if there's one for KauKauna, they rattled off 34 and answered at one point there.
Yeah, for Beaver Dam, I think you're right. I think it's that first possession of the game, the answer, right, to the first score. KauKauna scores in a minute and a half in their first drive. Beaver Dam responds. 6 plays, 74 yards, 2:04 off the clock. And it was Eli Bryant to Jarek Westover, his first touchdown catch of the year. Kick ended up being good. It was 7-7. But KauKauna, the start of the second half, Beaver Dam's still in the hunt. They get the block punt. They go 4 plays, 26 yards, a 3-yard touchdown by Aiden Reardon, his second of the night, gives them a 3-score lead and essentially puts the game away.
That was the nail in the coffin there. Great season for Beaver Dam. KauKauna moving on to level 3. For Justin Wilski here on site, our video engineer, Jack Wilski back at our Global Media Center, Tim Ladrin, Corey Sparks here with you. Thank you so much for joining us for another season of Beaver Dam High School football here on Daily Dodge TV at 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.